guys. How is everybody? Oh my goodness. I was just sitting there reading mail, not paying attention. How is everybody? Okay. There, I can see myself. I can never see myself before I come on. How is everybody? Hi. Oh my gosh, Jamaica. Boss lady, that sounds fun. Michigan, Jamaica, Ottawa, of course, my people. Ottawa in the house. I'm itching. I'm still itching. You know when you bleach your hair and it makes everything itchy? For those of you that bleach. Cranbrook. Hi, wee. Yeah, hi, you guys. Hi. Yeah, so Mississauga. Yes, absolutely. Happy birthday, Ashley Wolf, whatever that is. London, Ontario. Okay, I got to tell you this story. So I went to private school in St. Thomas, which is by London. So y'all know that, right? Oh, God, bad hair day today. Yeah, how is everybody? Memphis, Tennessee. Everybody doing good? All right, so I know Meadow's super cute, huh? I'm flying. I hate flying. You'll be fine. Don't worry. Don't worry, Nico. You will be fine. Seattle. Oh my God. I can't believe it's almost Christmas. I'm like, it's almost Christmas. Pennsylvania. So I had the funniest thing I was looking at before I came on here, and I was watching this girl. She's like a lawyer on TikTok, but she reads the, I don't know, transcripts from court cases. And it's hilarious. So she reads these transcripts and she's like, yeah, this guy thought he would cover himself in lemon juice and go rob a bank and he'd get away with it because he was invisible. And I was like, it just made me laugh hysterically that people are stupid. Hi, you guys. Hi. I know it's almost Halloween. It's almost Christmas. I'm not in anything that the calendar tells us. On the calendar, put us on the calendar, do this, do that. I'm not any of that. Will you ever? I think I did a Judy Garland reading. I mean, obviously she was born into one of those family. Mexico. Yes. No, yes, it's good. I was going to say no bueno, but that doesn't apply. You're probably having fun. It's the only words I know. Yeah, I know, right? He covered himself in lemon juice and he robbed a bank thinking that they couldn't see him. Yeah, that's a true story. And I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, who does that? Yeah, Judy Garland probably came from one of the, I'm pretty sure she did come from one of those families. So from England. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Sloan, can you learn German quickly? I can barely speak English, but I could try. Is that her name? I know she's at peace. Wait. Oh, your older sister passed. I thought you were talking about the girl on TikTok. I got so confused. I'm sorry, honey. Oh my goodness. Your sweetheart is from England. I can't do the queen, but everybody else I can do. I know, lemon juice. He thought if he covered himself in lemon juice. Yeah, I did a reading. Another England. There you go. Another England. We got in Maryland and another loads of love. Boss ladies from Jamaica. There we go. Virginia. How are your eyes? Well, my eyes, why? Do they look weird? Probably tired from all the makeup. But yeah, my eyes are okay because, well, this lighting is a bit strange. I don't understand the lighting. There, it's probably better. I don't know. I got to flip the lighting because sometimes it gives me bags. I have bags, but it gives me more bags. Like, who wants these bags, right? Not I. Said not I. Arizona, super hot. Okay, so there was something else. Pagey's doing so good. Little Kate is doing good, and Pagey's doing good. He's so cute. He's couch surfing now, meaning he's figured out that his feet can move, and he's crawling along the side of the couch. So you know what happens. I don't even know who the Kingston, Ontario. I do not know who the PA killer is. I barely watch things. Hi, Veronica. I barely watch things anymore. I mean, I watch some things. I told you I watched the movie with the Joker and that oh, he escaped, that guy. Okay, thank you. That I heard. He's 5 foot tall. How hard is he to find? Like, I know he spider walked it out of there. Personally, let's see. Why Puerto Rican family don't help each other grow? I don't know. I'm a lot of family members, a lot of people. There's England. Are you wearing opals? Yes, I'm always wearing opals. I'm wearing opals, moldavite, and whatever else it is. Can't do the Joker. Yeah, I know. I mean, it was kind of Silence of the Lammy. He tried to copy that character, you know? I mean, at least he wasn't pinching his nipples and dancing in fucking heels in a filthy house with a girl down in a pit with a dog that it rubs its lotion on. Like, no. It wasn't that kind of Silence of the Lamb. Anyway, families, not just Puerto Rican, but a lot of families like their families to fail. A lot of people want people to fail. That's what they want. Why they want this, I don't know. Yeah, it wasn't quite that Silence of the Lammy, but yeah, I can't. Silence of the Lambs really, look at this. This is just going to have to be corrected. A lot of the movie Silence of the Lambs was so creepy, but I can't go there. PA killer. Probably he's a distraction. I mean, who the hell can't find a 5 foot tall guy running through the streets that you're looking for that's killing or whatever he's doing? I mean, and what woman is dating okay, sorry. I'll shut up. I will shut up. But what woman is dating that guy? Like, who's dating him? I don't know what to say. Anyway, yeah, a lot of people, let's see, yeah, it was done, but horrible. Yeah, too empathic. Yeah, no, it stressed me out. That was my honeymoon movie. I watched that on my honeymoon. Yeah. Anyway, it was very disturbing, but, you know, it rubs the lotion on it. It rubs the lotion. No, motherfucker, you rub the lotion on yourself. Then she steals his little dog. That's right. She steals his little dog. And that gets him. He can kill human beings and make shirts out of them and do all of that. But when his little dog gets taken, he gets all like creepy and then runs around pinching his nipples. I just thought that was hilarious. Let me see. My husband made me watch porn on my honeymoon. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, I got a solution for men that watch porn and think that you don't like watch porn. I mean, you don't look like the porn girls. Here's what you say to the guys that, hi, Bobby. Here's what you say to the guys that watch porn. You don't look like that guy. When they do it to you, you don't look like that guy. So, like, keep that movie playing because you don't look like that guy. I don't know what to say. Yeah, well, you watch porn. I watch Silence of the Lambs. I mean, that's, like, weird. No, we weren't, like, I mean, it was when we got home from our honeymoon. That was what we did. So, yeah, that's exactly. So, here's what I was going to say. I had no honeymoon, didn't have sex on. Oh my goodness. What do you mean you didn't have sex? Even I had sex on my wedding. I was fucking exhausted too. We went out, we ate steak. That's when I ate steak. I was so exhausted. I couldn't even believe I got married. I was like, oh my God. And I was pregnant and I miscarried on my wedding day. And yeah, so, oh, thanks, Bobby, for that. Yeah, so I don't even, I mean, but I still had sex. So see you next Tuesday. Exactly. See you next Tuesday. Yeah, we have like 6 planets in retrograde right now. So we have a bunch in retrograde. And I can't even remember everything that is in retrograde. I have to pull out my ephemeris. Yeah, there's Ashley. Oh, ephemeris, y'all. Oh, look what we found. We have the microphone. Watch out. Okay, anyway. This is why I'm a disturbed 5-year-old in my head. I have to look at it. So when we're looking for retrograde planets, what year is this? This is, oh, hi, Nola girl. Look, I shaved does anybody else shave your nose hairs? I shaved my nose hairs and I'm like, it's itchy now. I know the pink mic it's rose gold and it is here. So while I have this out, before I say which ones, I love this mic. Which ones I want to talk about the retrograde planet. Yeah, I've got a mustache now. You know, menopause is just shitty, right? Whatever. You're going to love me for my brain and I don't care. Okay, but I had this, exactly. I had this troll on here from the last show. Anyway, I mean, maybe she was being nice. Do you sneeze a lot? And I cut my nose hair. Oh my God, it's making me so, itchy. Yeah, and then my rings get caught on them. Oh my God. I made my piercer replace because I can't get these out with my nails. So like I go in and I'm like, can you switch out from rose gold to gold? Because I have all the little hoops, right? So So St. Thomas, Ontario. What happened at the private school? I got expelled, Shining Star. You know, I got expelled. I was expelled. My mother had to come off of a cruise on a helicopter, and she was somewhere in Europe. They had to take her off a cruise via helicopter, and took her 3 days to get to me. Boy, was she pissed. Yeah. Anyway, I don't care. That's something my Jason would have done. That's something my Jason would have done. Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, so the lady, oh yeah, I changed. Yeah, Rose. I know, isn't it pretty, Bobby? It was sent to me. So my piercer changed this, and he's like, let's put one with a ball in there so that like it doesn't hurt your nose when you twist it, because we put in a thicker hoop, you know, like so it makes my nose more well, I wasn't naughty. Here's what happened. I have a big mouth, as you know. So here's what happened in private school. There was this girl named Donna, and we were in a little dorm. There were 400 of us in this private school. I think there were 28 white kids, and I'm distinguishing it like that. There were 7 from Trinidad and Tobago, 28 white kids, and the rest were from Asian countries, okay? And a lot of them the white kids were from New York. So I was Canadian, and I was from Toronto, right? So obviously there were a couple of girls that were like from Richmond Hill, Thornhill, blah, blah, blah. So I was there, and so all of the kids got to go home at Christmas, right? Were you expelled, St. Francis? Bravo. All the kids went home at Christmas. Well, my parents would leave me at the school along with a couple of the Asian kids that couldn't fly back to China because I guess their parents couldn't do it. So there'd be like 6 of us in this whole school. Anyway, there was this one girl, Donna, and she kind of stole another girl's dress, right? That she wanted to wear to something. It was like not a uniform dress, a regular dress. Anyway, when I saw her take it, I said to her, if you wear that, I forget what I said. Something like, I'm going to punch you out or something. Because she took the dress from another girl down the hall, right? I was expelled from the private school, the private boarding school. I was expelled. And I drew an obsession about leprosy. So I was obsessed with leprosy. So I was in the library. I would do my art, read about leprosy. I would run track. I learned how to become a bulimic at that school because my friend PJ taught me. So that was a very useful skill at the time. And I wore my green Adidas tracksuit and I ran track. I ran around the school grounds constantly. And there was a gymnasium. So I would run in the gymnasium at night, and I would climb up into like the bell tower thing. It wasn't a bell tower. It was like a thing upstairs. Yeah, in school at the library. Exactly. Yeah, well, we had a library, and I would draw in the library and read about leprosy. So funny. You did. No, they punished me. No, they punished me for it because the dress that got stolen got wrecked, and then that Donna girl said it was me, and I just was like, you're the one that took the dress? And so this is really weird, I guess. And we had a headmistress that we used to call Stunt, Stunt, because she used to be a stunt woman. This is no joke. This seriously, she used to be a stunt woman down here in California. I don't know her real name. I called her Stunt. I mean, not to her face. I can't even remember her name. But anyway, she looked like Marilyn Monroe. She was super cute. She had the Marilyn Monroe hair. She wore the tightest little skirts, and she had the highest little heels, and she would clip around. And then the headmistress was like 100 years old and lived near us. I was 14 on my own. I was in private school from the age of 12 and 13. I left home at 14. 2 months after I turned 14. I was still in school up until I ran away from home. And I ran away from home in the 9th grade. But prior to that, I was in a private girls' boarding school. You know what I'm saying? I did learn French. I had to do my classes in French. And anyway, I think I was 6-7 months into the school. We stayed, like, whatever, into the school year. And I don't even know if we stayed all year. I can't even really remember that. But anyhow, I'm reading, you want to laugh. Okay. Sorry, somebody just texted me if I want to laugh. I'm like, sure. I ran away from home in the 9th grade. Yeah. So, I mean, I went from private school, then I went to Williams. You know, Williams in Aurora, Ontario, for you people that know Dr. G. Williams. I went to Williams and I had turned 13 in August. Yeah, well, the British send you to boarding school. You grow up in boarding schools. That's what you do. I was at summer camp all summer and then boarding school all winter. So, I mean, whatever, for the year. So you left home at 16. Hi, you all. Oh, hi, you all. I'm like, I'm not high. But thank you for that, Seth. Yeah, so the after I got kicked out of private school, but until my mother got there, because my mother was on a cruise in Europe and they called her, someone got a message to her, and they're like, you have to come get her. And we had to write these exams. So they didn't want me connecting with the other kids. So I got shut in a room, like they locked me in a room until my parents got there. So for 3 days. So like I would throw rocks out the window and notes and shit like this that I found in the room. Throw anything like projectiles out the window trying to get people to escape me. But I was off in like a hall by myself. My friends would all come under the room. Anyway, my mother got there. Oh my God. La la la. She got super mad. Anyway, we went home. I went off to summer camp, not school, camp. And then I came home and I went to Williams, if you know that, in Aurora. So I was at Williams and I may have been kicked out of there too, but I ran away. Anyway, I ran away in October. I turned 14 in August. You went to boarding school too. Yeah, you know what it is. You know the British. Anybody with a British mindset sending the kids to boarding school all year. I mean, it's just... Did the school offer music? Yeah, music. It was, I want to eat with the other patients. Yeah, exactly. In the Looney Tune. I put toothpaste all over the wall in the room. I got in big trouble for that. But like, don't lock me up. I'm not your prisoner. Anyway, that made me crazy. School. You're not poor when you go to public school. All school is bullshit. My parents just wanted to get rid of me, so they put me into private school. That's all. They say it's for education, which... I learned about leprosy, which is even funnier because when, I know, amazing art department. We did like theater, art, French. My roommate got us all in trouble because she was a pickpocket. Her name was Heather. She was a fucking pickpocket. She was from New York and we would go to Wendy's in the town. This is no joke. And the town had 8 different churches because all the girls from the Asian countries were of different religions. So that they built churches for those families that sent their kids to that school. So Heather, the pickpocket, so we're in Wendy's, we're talking to these guys, you know, like old men, really. Like they're probably in their 30s or 40s, right? Of course, the Catholic school teacher was drunk. Fucking Heather would pickpocket. Then she'd hide the wallet in our room. I had no idea she was doing this until... they found like 13 different wallets in the room and we got in trouble. They were like me and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like I really didn't know she was pickpocketing. She never said a word to me. She'd just take it, rifle through it, and she'd throw the money in the back of a dresser. Her dresser, not mine. So I never got in trouble for that. Thank God she had the common sense not to put it on my side. And these guys came to the school and they were like, yeah, that one. Heather needed psychological help. There was Heather. She was pickpocket. BJ was... BJ was out like throwing up everywhere. She's like, you know, if you want to lose weight, you do this. So we had that one. We had a couple of other kids in there that were like cheerleader types and stuff like that. I will watch the movie Dr. Sleep. Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, it was pretty fun. Yeah, she was bulimic. No, seriously. She was really tall though. She was like 6 feet tall. So I'm like, you're going to be heavier than the rest of us. I was like 5'1". I mean, I was 13. So, you know, I mean, whatever. And I was kicked out before I was 14. And then for that beginning of the school year, I went to Williams. Anyway, my brother went to Aurora High School with my best friend. And so they went to the same high school. And then I ended up fleeing, of course, at the beginning of snow season. So it was cold. I ran away in the snow. That's a dumb thing to do. But anyway, yeah, like a twisted breakfast club. Yes, yes. Which character would I be? The angry punk one. I was that one. I was smart. Well, I wasn't really angry. Anyway, this summer, bringing up the leprosy thing, I was so obsessed with leprosy. In the private school, I read everything about leprosy. I must have had, I played the flute and the drums. I got braces, I played drums. So I like drums. No, my brother was younger. 2 years younger. So how old am I? 57. He would be 55. We don't talk. He never said a word after Keith died. Just putting that out there. They don't talk to me because, of course, they're still mad at me. But anyhow, what was I going to say? So leprosy was so fascinating to me. Like I was obsessed with it. So this summer we're in Canada, right? And John and I were visiting his family, but we're where the kids grew up, you know, all of that. I know, right? She's a pickpocket. It was, and my other roommate friend named Lisa, she was from New York. Her dad was an executive and she had the best leather shoes, beautiful leather shoes. And I was like, oh my God, I love your shoes. And then she's like, you can come home with me for Christmas. And I'm like, I want some of those shoes. So I want to save up my money and go to New York with her and get those shoes, right? Because, you know, whatever. And so my mom wouldn't let me go. Anyway, I wasn't allowed to go home with her. So I had to stay at the school by myself. But her parents were like, you can come with us. So I want to bleach. What kind do I use? Okay, this was Lanza bleach. This is Lanza. But I usually use Redken Flash Lift. Redken, oh, they were so nice. They were middle heel, but they were so nice. Yeah, no, I had to stay at the school myself. I was by myself. Anyway, so I learned about leprosy. Like I was obsessed with it. So John and I are in this little mall in the little town that we went back to. And so he ordered some Chinese food and I was sitting, they weren't Doc Martens, and we were sitting there and I was drinking some soda. And there was a lady right in the table to the left of us at the food court. And I was looking at her and I'm like, fuck, she's got leprosy. This is me. This is this summer. I didn't say it out loud. I said nothing. She was just sitting by herself. And my mind's like, wow, I wonder if it's going to jump the table, because leprosy is pretty contagious. But now it's called Hansen's disease. And it's called Hansen's disease, and there's like, oh, Canada's beautiful. There's a lot of Hansen's disease. That's what they call it now, but it's leprosy. So anyway, John's sitting facing me, and he's eating his Chinese food, and I'm trying not to look at her, and I don't even want to eat. So I'm trying to cover his food. He's like, what are you doing? And so we leave there. I'm like, that woman had leprosy. And he's like, oh, she wouldn't be in public if she did. I said, what the fuck is she supposed to do? She's hungry and she don't have any friends. She's sitting there by herself. Has leprosy. And he's like, oh, like that. And I'm like, it's called Hansen's disease. I'm like, look it up. And so he looks it up. He goes, I think you're right. I said, I think I'm right. I think I'm right. I didn't get it, but I'm like, oh my God. You know, that gave me anxiety for a while, but probably gave her worse anxiety. So that's what happened. Anyway, that's what happened. Yeah. Didn't they have leprosy? Yes, they did in the Bible days. I was literally obsessed. And every morning at private school, we had to lift our bloomers up. Anyway, no one cares. We had to wear, bloomers over our underwear. No thongs allowed. And you had to wear freaking underwear. Anyway, yeah, leprosy, Hansen's disease. Those are pills you can take. Yeah, excellent. I'm glad you're making dinner while I'm talking about leprosy. Well, I was trying to eat and I was like, I know what that looks like. And John's like, how do you know that? And I'm like, because that's all I focused on when I was in private school was leprosy for some reason. I loved it. Well, they're bumps on top of bumps on top of bumps, and they're like all over, but like they're bumps on top of bumps. She wasn't missing any limbs or anything like that, but you can kind of tell it's like a lot of bumps. It's a lot. Like, it's not just like you have weird bumps on you. It's bumps from head to toe. And it's the way they look. I can see it in my head. It's hard to describe. Okay, so today is, what is this? This is September. I'm like, what day is this? They have a drug. Oh my God, PA, the tank stuff. There you go. I know. I just absolutely love, the whole idea of learning about it. Okay, so this is what an ephemeris looks like, y'all. Let's see, syndrome, mosquito bites on, yes, I could tell it. I was like, that's what it is. Of course, John thought I was crazy, but then when he looked it up, he's like, yeah, that's poor woman. Like, we were like, poor woman, right? Yes, everybody's crazy, Cynthia. Yes, we're on planet Earth. Yeah, no, it was like really weird. Anyway, so this is September 12th, the day after that other day. So this morning, I'm on the phone with one of my besties, and she is like, what do you think of yesterday's date? I'm not even going to say it on here. Yesterday's date. Do you think that that was, yes, exactly. I said, she said, do you think that that was real, or do you think our government did that? And I'm like, oh, come on, you know what I'm going to say. And she's like, did you know this? Did you know that? So we had this whole conversation. I'm like, yes. And she goes, I'm just figuring it out because this doesn't make sense and that doesn't make sense. And here's a good point she had. And I'm not even going to say her name on here, but anyway, she says to me, she goes, how come I can't call? How come I can't call you, right? I had a lot of friends that went to Burning Man and nobody said there was Ebola. So anyway, Lord, I'm going to say who it is. Anyway, she says, I can't call you. I can't call you from across the street. I can't call you from Laurel Canyon. I can't call you, you know, the phone drops all the time. She goes, so you're telling me in 2001, all of those people on that day called their loved ones. Oh my God, I just wanted to tell you I love you and that this is happening and that's happening. And all those messages got to the cell phone, the answering machines. That's impossible. I cannot get a call. Yeah, I don't get upset about it. I never did. I didn't think that it was a thing when it happened. Everybody around me was, I can remember taking Jason and Keith to school, getting gas, people were crying, and I'm like, I couldn't stand the display of hysterical emotion. It was really bothering me because it didn't feel like it. I mean, and I knew people that escaped from the building. One of my hairdressers actually ran out of that building. So I know that something went on, but the reasoning behind it and what they were saying did not hit me as true. And I knew that they wanted our emotions. That's why they continue to show us and shove it down our throat. Shove it down our throat every single year that it happens and make us go over it and over it because they love it when we get upset. Yeah, they love it when we get upset. I never did get upset about it, and I didn't watch anything to do with it. I know what I felt. I know exactly what I felt. So that's just me. I went hiking and I said, you know what? First of all, I'm just going to say this. My first thought was torture porn. Yes, thank you, Kimberly. Good word. Torture porn for me is going to the DMV in my clothes and then seeing the driver's license picture. Yeah. So out of curiosity, this is what they said. They said that 5 men got box cutters, and that they took over the environment like this. And those box cutters, nobody stopped them with box cutters. So here's the thing. If you throw box cutters, hi Monique, hi Jana, if you throw box cutters, you may cut the first person's neck, but 5 people are going to jump and swarm you. You aren't taking anything down with a box cutter. So that is my joke. When people say to me, do you take weapons while you're hiking? I say, yeah, I take a box cutter. It was good enough for them. It should be good enough for me. Come on. Come on. Just stop. Literally stop. Literally stop. That's not what happened. We don't know what happened. Doing channeling on Twitch. Yes. Hi there, Lisa. Yeah, I have no idea what really happened. I had a friend that went up in the elevators to meet her boyfriend's father in the building and got hungry for a hot dog. So then they came down to go out to the street vendor in the morning, and she went to get the hot dog because she smelled the onions. And then, yeah, box cutters. Give me it. Obviously. I mean, give me a break. Give me box cutters. Yeah, I have box cutters. Sure. Okay. Yeah. Well, then that's what I hike with. How about the film where it blows up and no plane in the skies? Yeah. Yes, they did on the date that was yesterday. Yes, they did. And it was that little bush, the little insipid one that he is a good artist, but he's also a little weirdo, that guy. Anyway, get yourself a bear horn. Yeah, I know, right? I know. No one's killing me with a box cutter. I mean, come on. You're going to get slashed, but you're going to like punch. Somebody's going to punch up here, punch down here. Just rush them. I mean, they're only going to cut you once, and then 10 people are on you. I mean, unless everybody's a coward, and I don't believe that. And then they left the messages on the phone, like my friend said. They said, I love you. I just want you to know that. Do you know what I'd be saying on the phone? I'd be calling John, because I'd never reached Jason. I could reach Lila and John. Those are the two that would answer. And I'll be like, fuck, we're going to die. And I'd be like, these motherfuckers, how do you get me out of here? Get me out of here. I mean, I'd be freaking out. I wouldn't be leaving a nice video a nice voice message like I love you. Probably the last thing I'm thinking about as they're doing that. I'm like, give me an idea. And he'd pick the phone up and he'd say, head rush them. Do whatever. I mean, that's what I'd be doing. I mean, whatever. Yes. Well, yeah, I know, Beth. Terrible. I mean, the Bushes. It's little Bush Jr., the little one. And they think they're so fucking funny. You're not funny. You're not funny. Okay, I know. It's terrible. But what I'm saying to you is they do stuff in this country to us on purpose to keep us controlled. Let's see. There was a murder. Yeah, they called the school and they said, nope, your kids are fine. You don't have to pick them up. Exactly. I believe W was a female. Yeah, well, he's such a whatever. Okay, let's see what planets are retrograde, y'all. So it is the 12th. So we have Saturn. I should know this. Saturn, Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. I know about the Pluto because I can't stand the Pluto. I can't stand the Pluto retrograde. We have Uranus, Neptune. I don't look at this often anymore, but Neptune's in Pisces. We have Jupiter in Taurus, and it's 8 degrees off of Uranus. We have Saturn retrograde. Saturn is retrograde in Pisces. I knew that. So, yeah, well, it's interesting, the Hawaii thing. Somebody, thank you on here. Somebody sent me something to do a video on the Hawaiian kids, so I will be doing that. Bush with the and the pile. Yeah, I know. George Bush is going to be 50 on the 18th. Excellent. George Bush, the little Bush, the senior. Okay. I saw something on TikTok where Neptune in Pisces. Yeah, Neptune in Pisces. I mean, it's in its position. Yeah, they will get, everybody's getting caught now. It's hilarious. I just sit there and I laugh. If you're a prick, you're going to get caught. I just laugh. I laugh. Yeah, of course they're talking about UFOs. That's what they're talking about. I mean, I don't care what they talk about. George Sr. and George. Yeah, George Sr. I listened to something yesterday online that talked about Senior Bush, the most prolific PEDO who liked young boys in the 70s, I mean, okay, first of all, what kind of fuckery are we talking about when they show that old bag of bones, cretin, yeah, I'm calling him that cretin, and in America I have the right to say what I want, but that cretin up in an airplane to jump out of an airplane in his 90s. Who is saying, yeah? Nobody. That didn't happen. The man is in a wheelchair. So you threw him out of an airplane? No, you didn't. And there were no phones to the moon either, okay? And the NASA technician that said they lost the coordinates is like, okay. Did you write the coordinates on a fucking chocolate bar wrapper or a bar napkin? What do you mean NASA lost the coordinates? What does that mean? What does that mean? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did, Bobby. Absolutely. Oprah is the biggest pile of human garbage. People are like, she's so good. Here's something you don't know. Yeah, I know. Canadian William Shatner. That fat fuck. He's got an eating disorder too. It must be a Canadian thing, but if you read the book about him where he's filming Star Trek, It's hilarious because all he does is stuff his face. Anyway, if Biden's not a clone, then we're in trouble. Yeah, I know what exactly. If Biden's not a clone, we are in trouble. Let's see. We have a leprosy outbreak from the mosquitoes. Oh, that's maybe why I'm obsessed with it again. Yeah, Oprah is, I don't know what to say to her, but here's what I can say. When she's like, let's give away everything at Christmas, all the stupid people, no offense, they're like, oh, we're getting something for free. So when she gives you a car, you're taxed on the car. So that's 10 grand that car cost you out of your pocket because she doesn't cover the taxes. That billionaire bitch does not cover the taxes. So the gifts you get, the higher in price they are, you will be paying taxes on those. You will be paying taxes on those. Well, the Ozempic is not working for Oprah. It never works for her. So for some reason. Yeah, I believe William Shatner did what he did. I love him. Oh my God, it was the final frontier. I went into space. Listen, fat boy, you did not go into space. You did not go into space. Okay? Nobody is, so all these other astronauts across the world, they're running like this, running to keep fit. But fat boy goes up and fit in space, weighing almost 300 pounds at 5'9". So he goes into space and nobody says, hey, you have to do a health check. I'm sorry, excuse me? Because they have to train for that. I mean, I'm like, huh? What? Why they keep lying? I'm eating dates. Good. I wish they would all go into space. I know, it's hilarious. Well, he sounded like bullshit. And even Bezos, was it Bezos? Bug-eyed Bezos? Even he shut him off. Like, he's like, shut up. Oh God, the pronoun lady, or hey girl, what are your pronouns? Will you call me a girl? So I have a vagina, I'm a woman. I give birth, I'm a woman. Okay, I love The Rock. The Rock's a shapeshifter. That's what my friend said. She goes, why does The Rock keep shapeshifting? See, if you listen to us, you would lock us up. But look, I'm itchy. Yes, Ashton is getting trolled because he's a piece of garbage. His wife is a victim of his Svengaliism. Yes, well, Jason Momoa groped his daughters on camera. I watched it, so, you know. Now, this is so interesting. This is so, I know The Rock, yes, here's Bobby. And The Rock eats children. I'm sorry, what planet are we fucking on? What planet are we on? Oh my God, I know, troll. So I was telling you guys, because I cannot help myself, okay? I cannot help myself. I can't help myself, but I have to say this. So there was this woman, and she may have had nice intentions. She was on my last video. So the last live I did. And she's like, I'm just going to warn you all. If you write me below and you say to me, I hope you don't take this as criticism, I am taking it as criticism. Stop telling people that you hope they don't take shit as criticism. Because that means you're a criticizing ass troll, a bitch ass troll. No one asked your opinion. I don't want your opinion. I don't care, okay? Like, you can click off. So anyway, this woman, under the guise of, I hope you don't take this as criticism and take my heartfelt information. I can't quote the whole fucking thing. I replied to her. Anyway, and then John's like, why you reply? I said, fuck you. You can't keep out of an argument in a bar. Well, I'm actually talking to them next to me. I said, you can't keep out of an argument in a bar. Yeah, so she said that. She said that. Carol Lombard's really a good one, Cynthia. So she said it, and then she's like, your videos are too long. I don't have to, listen to this. This is roughly, I'm paraphrasing. I don't have time to listen to your videos for 2 hours because I'm ADD. Okay, first of all, you just wrote me 3 fucking paragraphs, to which I pointed out. Did you or did you not just write me 3 paragraphs? So you do have an attention span, mental patient. Anyway, she seemed nice, I guess. And then she's like, you should talk more about astrology and crystals, and you should be you should be teaching. People want to know your information. And I'm like, bitch, you don't employ me. You don't employ me. I work all day. She goes, you could be helpful to people with your platform. Okay, first of all, my platform was because Keith and I started it with the dead celebrity videos. So I was helpful with those. I do this work all day long, so I'm hoping I'm helpful with that. And I've been doing it 40 years. Plus, I donate time in my neighborhood to people I know. So I let off steam doing the live stream. So I told her, please go somewhere else. And she goes, I'm unfollowing you. And to think they say it's good not to meet your heroes. She actually said that. I wanted to say to her, if I'm your fucking hero, lady, you got a mental problem. Like, you shouldn't be having heroes. What are you talking about? Did somebody give you their kidney? Because it wasn't me, okay? Like, did somebody give you a kidney that they're your hero? It's just definitely not me. Like, fuck off. Go away. I mean, honestly. Of course she's a troll. She's like, you should stop talking about... Oh, and then she said she had a dead child. So I felt bad. I felt really bad. Because she said she lost a young... Excuse me, I just burped. She said she lost a child. So I felt really bad for that. And she's like, you're going to have to learn to move on. I'm confused. You don't think I've moved on? Do I get up every day and go to work? Am I drunk and high? Am I stupid like you that says they don't want to criticize, but you're criticizing? Am I passive aggressive? I can be, but I'm not. I do. I have moved on. I mean, I'm not going to... I told her, I said, if you have a dead child, and I'm sorry for that, you know you're never moving on. Get a grip. You will never not mention that child. Exactly. You will never not mention that child. You will always talk about that child. I don't even know why. She did say that. She did say that. It's on there. You can see it. You can read it. I'm paraphrasing from 3 paragraphs that the ADD person, she can't handle my videos, but she's ADD. Anyway, I'm like, you know what? I got out of bed after my son died. I filed a lawsuit. Bobby tracked down every single witness to what happened with Keith. I mean, every single one she found. Hi, Katrina. So she did all that. I've done nothing but file documents, file for information, get lawyers, get divorced, cook Christmas dinner, do baby showers, do birthday parties. So, like, what are you talking about? What kind of moving on do you mean? You want me to grow wings and sprout them? Or is it that you just don't want me to keep mentioning my child? So, fuck you. And I'm glad you're off my channel, you psychopath. I mean, yeah, whatever. I mean, anyway, that was... And I run marathons and I won a medal. But I'm not moving on. I'm never going to forget. I know she said what John said. Yes. Yes. It sounds exactly. That's why I called up John after I read that. I know. And Bobby, you helped me. Bobby and I were on the phone for literally, in fact, earlier today. I know, Katrina, I'm wild. Wait, it's Katrina's birthday month. Katrina is a Virgo. And she always looks super cute. And Katrina can help you. She's just come back from Mexico, I think, if I saw your Instagram right. Yeah, I'm always going to mention Keith. I mean, but I called John and I go, John, it sounds like one of your family members is heckling me on the YouTube again. I go, is it you or the trolls in your family? Which troll is it? And he just goes, it's not me. So that's it. I mean, I don't know who she is, but you can find it. Okay, hold on. What did you just say about your boy? My son has been gone 4 years, and I still call people his name by accident. Yeah, you don't need to apologize. The fact that you were in Cancun, that's awesome, Katrina. Was it fun? Yeah, you don't need to apologize. You get to do it. You get to do it. You get to say it. That's the experience. It's like, you know what? I moved on. Like, I defy you to do what I do every day. I defy you to get up at 4 in the morning and not stop till 9 at night. Do it. Do it. Move on. You do it. And she moved on off my channel. Anyway, they're trolls. So I've really hit the big time because I have these trolls. Anyway. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Ashley. I'm like, which one? See, you guys are so nice. Yeah, no, it's interesting. I don't know what people think by moving on. Do you expect me to forget about my child or get over it? Because I will never get over it. That's why I tattooed him on me, because he's spectacular. And anytime anyone mentions him, I'm like, that is my son. He passed away. This is my other son. He's alive. And so that's it. That's it. That's what I'm going to do. Sorry. Yeah. There is something to worry about when you don't talk about it. It's ridiculous. Yeah, we need these trolls on here. You're never going to move on from a dead kid. You will never move on from it. You will never get better. No amount of therapy will ever help you. Nothing will ever help you, because you cannot get the child back. You cannot get your child back. You can't get your sibling back. You can't get your daughter or son back. You can't get them back. You know that? Who's getting over it? What are you even talking? Move on. You need to move on. You can help so many people. Bitch, I work all day long. I mean, what do you want me to do? Help you? Teach you astrology? I don't want to teach you astrology. She's like, I told her, find someone else to teach you. See, they try to do that to minimize what you do. I don't know what to say, but you learn how to live with the pain. Let's see, I lost my, and I couldn't fathom. I know, of course you couldn't. Of course you couldn't fathom. Of course, you know she's watching. Yeah, she's probably ugly too. You ugly, aren't you? You fugly ass bitch. Yeah. Oh my God. I can't help it. If you push me, like if I'm in public with you and like we're in a bar and you say shit like to me, I'm popping you in the face. Like I'm coming after you. And I'll come right up in your face and I'll get there where you got to try to, and John taught me this because I almost got punched in the face a few times. I have been punched in the face, but he's like, don't get so close to them. He's like, go around there. So he taught me not to get close enough where they could actually grab me and punch me. No, she needs to have compassion the other way. Sorry. You can't write shit like that. You cannot. Yeah, no, I mean, if you were in and you started to say that shit to me, I'd be in your face till you want to crawl under the table. That's just how I am. Let's see. Somebody lost their daughter here. Let's see. Your sister. Wait. My sister's daughter-in-law told my sister to get over the loss of her 32-year-old son. Oops, I just flung it back there. That's the most ignorant thing. You will never get over the loss of a child. Never. Why would you get over? What are you supposed to, and what kind of people are you? Like, get over it. No, why would you get over? I can't. The people are stupid. So where does, I don't know where she lives, Peter. She was some troll. She wrote it on the last live. You can scroll down and see what she wrote. And I replied to her. I just was like, yeah, exactly, Lauren. I will fuck you up. Bob and weave. I was just thinking, I don't have, when I was in my 20s, I had my weave. One time, John's mother set me up really good. Oh, you found a picture of your dad today. How cute. We used to own a bar in the Valley. Okay, yes. Bar and a restaurant. And so anyway, I was like a psycho back then. So I think I might have been a little bit jealous of John. That's not the funny part. Funny part is his mom loved to get me stirred up, you know? So she called me one day from the bar and she told me, she's like, ring, ring. I'm like, what? And she's like, John's down here and I hired a new bartender and she has big tits and John's talking to her. I was 22. I got so mad. I get in my car. I drive to the bar. I see the girl. And thinking about it, it's probably not the girl she was describing because the girl was on the bar stool. So why would the bartender be on the bar stool? Because she has to serve the other people. So John was talking to her. I just went up and punched her straight in the face. I just went up and punched her straight in the face. John's looking at me like, what are you doing? And I'm like, yeah, your mom called me. Then I realized his mom found this kind of shit funny. Oh, that's what happened. Anyway, lost my mind, okay? Lost my mind. Yes, lost my mind. I just went poop right in the face. And yeah, John's like, you can't just hit people. I'm like, you fucking talk to her? I'm a fucking hit her. I was I was just out of the strip club. I was feral. Feral, I tell you. Feral. I'm trying to be calmer now. I was a feral ass bitch, all right? his, his mom did shit like that. Yeah, all the time. But yeah, it was pretty funny. Yeah, I'm just feral. Oh my God, never tell a woman, yeah, you feel her pain because she's in labor. Yeah, don't do that either. Because you don't have a uterus. Yeah, I was actually 22 then. I was 22 when that happened. Yeah, and so anyway, that's what happened. Like, if you're going to say it to me, yeah, she baited me. I was, she baited me. Yeah, and when I got pregnant with Keith, I had Jason. And yeah, you were like that when you were young. I was so jealous. I was so feral. I didn't have a family and I didn't have anyone. And then now I had this man. So I was like, ooh, I've scored. And anyway, I think differently. But I was feral. Oh, of course, they all found me entertaining. They all found me entertaining. I was as feral as fuck. Feral. Anyway, when I got pregnant with Keithy, my mother-in-law said to me, she comes marching in the house and she's like, you tricked him. And I'm like, tricked who? And she's like, you tricked John into another baby. I'm like, no, you need to tell him to keep his pecker in his pants. Like, no. And she was like, you tricked him. And I'm like, I don't need to trick him. She loved Keith, but Keith gave her a run for her money. She used to call me. Yeah, I know. He was married. No, John was married to me. John was married to me. He wasn't married to anybody else when I was with him. He'd been single for a while. Yeah, I was a feisty ass bitch when I was younger. I was feral. Like, literally, I was on my own. No, I caught one. Yippee, exactly. No, well, because, yeah, I had trouble dating when I was younger. Meaning I didn't get a lot of opportunity. But whatever. No, I didn't cheat with John. John and I dated. He was single when I met him. So he was single and I was single. So I did not cheat. He did not cheat. Bombastic. I love that. Bombastic and fantastic. Yeah. This is what I'm going to tattoo on my back now. Yeah, I don't do it now. My husband's cousin died of... Wait, there were 4. Oh my God, I don't even know. I just missed that. But anyway, what I'm saying to you is it was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. Pretty ironic, pretty funny. All of that. It was a really rough redneck kind of bar in the middle of the San Fernando Valley. And it was okay. I mean, it was work. I was trying to get out of stripping, so I worked with John and his mom to get out of the strip clubs. But I wish that I didn't get out of the strip clubs because the money was good. But yeah, you got to get out of it sooner or later. I mean, you don't want to be too old stripping. Maybe you do. No judgment. But anyway, I had to get over it. So I went and worked in the bar. And then I was like, I hate drunk people. So I had to get out there. Yeah, I'm a Pluto in the first house. So yes, technically Scorpio rising. My grandmother lost a child. Let's see. Oh, something about your grandmother there. Anyway, I was feral. You're feral when you run away young. You learn how to be feral. You're just feral because no one cares. Like, really, they're not, Yes. Yes, exactly. He did it with his daughter too. John's dad was in the, what do you call it? John's dad played instruments, not symphony. What do you call it? I don't know, whatever. Anyway, I haven't, what attracted you to John? He asked me on a date. Oh, John has marks on his forehead. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? He got ashtrays in the forehead. He come in the door. One time, yeah, no. Open his mouth. Absolutely, I was feral. I was, yes, she did get fired. Absolutely, I was feral. Like, you lie to me, I see red, and I will go crazy. I don't care now. Like, I stopped caring a lot of years ago. But yes, I did pole dance. Not well, but I did. Yes, I did. Dancers can make a few. Yeah, and I did it before we had to pay out, I had to move out early too. They didn't want me around. Yeah, because they looked at you as a threat. Your mother looked at you as competition. Exactly. That's what that is. Yes, feral equals survival. But yeah, it's pretty funny because I'm just thinking of the shit that I got put into, and I'm lucky I didn't end up dead. Like, seriously, it's fun. I'm sure a lot of us are lucky about that. But yeah, metamorphosis, yeah, to your I was always doing readings in the clubs though, so everybody will tell you that back then. I was always like, doing this. I was always in the back. Yes, I'm so worldly, according to John. But anyway, I was orchestra. Thank you. I was trying to think of the word for it. Pluto, Uranus. Yes, first house. There's a lot of nervous energy. That's aggressive as shit too. But you know what? Sometimes, like, I don't disagree with it, except that it's not nice as a human being. But sometimes, like, there's a place where people need to be put in their place. But I mean, I found oh my God, tiger in the woods. I'm so sorry. See, you're never going to get over that. You never get over that, finding your brother. You won't get over seeing that. You won't get over finding that. You won't get over that. You will never get over that. That's just something. Let's see, doing van life. Oh my God, van life. I live in my car doing van life. Oh my God, good for you. Good for you, dear. Yes, I worked with working girls. No, Jason never played an instrument. Lila does. Jason didn't. Keith didn't. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, yes, you consider yourself an orphan, but you're also feral because your parents didn't raise you. So, that's hard. Yes, of course, she drowned. Like Shatner went to space. Sure you did. Okay, buddy. But wait, someone just asked me something and I meant to reply to it. Oh my God. I meant to reply to it. The hell did they just ask me? And I meant to, the working girls. Yeah, when I worked in the strip clubs in Toronto. So I was 14 when I first went into the strip clubs and I was a waitress. And if y'all are in Toronto and you know Fillmore's East and West and the Brass Rail, which I heard one of my friends from Toronto just texted me. They demoed the Brass Rail. Okay. So anyway, I started as a waitress. I emancipated myself and Keithy was a Sag. Jason is the Cancer. And Baby Meadow's a Cancer. And Ken is a Cancer rising. Yes, I waitressed in the downtown Toronto. It's beautiful. Yeah. I waitressed, but as I had a roommate named Cheryl and she was booked in Fort Erie for the weekend. And her stripper friend didn't show up or didn't want to go. So she said to me, there you go, bartender in a strip club. She said to me, come to Fort Erie. Now that's a hell of a place by the border in New York. Anyway, come to Fort Erie, dance in this club. I said, I don't know how to fucking dance. She goes, you can wear my costumes. I'm like, I don't want to fucking dance. And then I went and I danced. And then I'm like, I don't want to waitress. So that's what I did. So that's what happened. Anyway, in Toronto, the clubs are big clubs with big tables, and upstairs you have hotels above the clubs. So the girls at the bar are the working girls. So when you go in there and you see the nicely dressed women drinking their drinks, they go upstairs with the guys after they watch the strippers or whatever. So yeah, I knew all the time. Many friends were strippers. Brass Rail in Detroit. Yeah, there was a brass rail in Toronto on Yonge Street. But anyway, there were many working girls. I mean, a lot of the girls did that. No clubs in California are that great. I came to California and what is this garbage? It's a third world country. Okay. Aw, 2 Cancers, Death Dealer. That's so cute. Cancer second is Sag. Aw, there you go. You got the same. We got lots of Cancers and Leo rising. Severe no-touch rules when I was bartending. Well, they said that. I saw touching going on. I was like, good God. When guys would expose themselves, I would run up to the doorman and hide behind them. I'd be like, I go running. Like, you are, Bobby, you are. I would run and hide behind the doorman, and I go, ew, like that. That's what I would do. Like, I'd act like a 5-year-old and start screaming, and they'd throw the guy out. But California, that's what I would do. I would be like, who wants to see it? Like, why do you think it looks that good? Because it doesn't. So I would say, yes, the dollhouse. Yes, I did. The dollhouse. Yes, I saw my t-shirt. I saw my little pink t-shirt. It's cropped. I wear everything cropped. Yes. You're an Aquarius. Super good. Your time of birth will tell you your rising sign, your time and your place. But yeah, the dollhouse, I commuted. So when I first moved here, before I met John, I commuted from LA to Florida every week on a dancer's permit. And I worked at the dollhouse, and I stayed at the Ramada Inn on, oh my God, right on the strip, wherever it was. Where does everybody go for spring break there? I can't even remember anymore. Anyway, that's what I did. So exactly, luckily, I know my own birth time too. I had to track it down. But anyway, the clubs in Toronto, the girls work around the bar. It's a whole thing. You're in the sex industry. Keep that in mind. Whether you let someone touch you or not, you are in the sex industry. It's just a different format. You've got your sex talkers, your sex dancers, your sex workers, your blowjob givers, your blah, blah, blah. You've got all of that, right? Fort Lauderdale. Thank you. Yes, Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, so they rented the whole like bottom floor for the strippers that would come in and out of town. So that's what we did. My son, Cancer, he's moody and 13. It's hormonal. Yes, he's feeling sensitive. Yes, I am taking appointments. You're probably better off to email me. But yeah, anyway, yeah. So, and they sold drugs. The bartenders used to sell the drugs. So you would go get the orders. They would somehow, they knew who was doing what, and they would put the packets of heroin underneath the drinks. The waitresses would deliver them. I mean, it's a whole thing, okay? It's a whole thing. It is a whole thing that goes on in those clubs. Let's see. No, I could, it's nice of you to call me a dancer. I was more of, wasn't a good dancer, but there were some really good dancers there, like actual good dancers. Let me see. But no, I didn't dream of being anything. I never really thought much of anything. I did want to go to Hollywood, so I came to Hollywood. I mean, California. I did want to do that. I did want to get into like commercials or acting or something. And I ended up back in the strip clubs. The strip clubs here are really ghetto. No offense to anybody that owns them. And the old one I used to work at in the Valley just went union. I'm like, they went union. Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm always curious how these bars get along with paying waitresses because they get tips, less money per hour. Yes, Deborah, they were drug dealers. Yeah, they were. It doesn't matter what you look like. Men don't care. Men don't care. Bobby and I were just talking about that. So Bobby and I both looked at the facial recognition, looking for that woman that I posted. And here's what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you some truth out there. Bobby and I were just talking about this. I was 23 when I quit dancing. And that is because John said, and I quote, while I was living with him, John said to me, I will not marry a stripper. You're living with one. You're fucking one. Why won't you marry one? I won't marry a stripper. I have a right. Well, why are you dating one, dumbass? Anyway, not the point. So I quit. Then we got married. Ew, not fat. Ew, just fluffy. When people call me fluffy, I want to beat them. Don't call me fluffy. You're fluffy. No, not you, but I've been called fluffy. Stupid people. What the hell does fluffy mean? Yeah, I can do the pole. I can do the pole. I don't like doing the pole. I can do the pole now, actually. I can do the ropes. I can do the pole. I can do the ring. But what was I going to say? Oh, Bobby and I've seen every shady thing from 14 on. I've seen it. That's why I found it interesting that I chose to marry a man I met in a strip club. The only thing, and I'm itchy from the bleach, but the only thing I can think of is you have to meet your partner somewhere. So if that is where you are, then that is where you are. You know, that is where you are, right? So that's where I was. That's where he was. I cannot believe, though, like, I would not advise you to marry somebody from a strip club because, first of all, they're misogynist. Fuck are you doing in a strip club? You got to pay to see a girly? What's your problem? What's your problem? Anyway, at the time you're making money off them, you're like, that's cool. And then they will tell you things like, I'm just playing pool. I just stopped for a drink. Why in our society do we... Yes, well, I found John 6 years after I ran away. Yes, it was 6 years. I mean, I've been on my own since 14, and I was 20 when I first met him, and then 21 when we started dating, just before I turned 22. So I've been on my own for 6 years, which is like a lifetime. They always make women feel like they're the skank. Here's what I'm going to say to every girl in the sex industry. Yes, and I was drinking when we met. Exactly, Beth. That's what happens. I mean, you're going to meet somebody somewhere. But here's what I'm going to say. If you don't like strippers and you're one of those women and you're like, my husband fucks strippers and porn girls, here's what I'm going to say to you. Maybe you should go to the porn girl and not blame her, but blame your husband. And then maybe, thank you. And maybe you should go bitch slap the sex worker's parents because that's who started the problem. Okay, thank you. Mic down. Anyway, Bobby and I, let's see. Is it bad guys go to strip clubs? I have no, I don't get involved in my son's life. I'm sure they all have. I'm sure everybody, you know. Yes, beautiful healer. Exactly. I don't get into that. I'm sure most men have been to a strip club, but if, I don't know, it depends. Why is that a normal thing? Why is that a normal thing? Why is that normal that you look at other women naked when you're married? Like, why is that okay? It's not. Why are you taking family money? I guess if you're single, you can do whatever you want. But that tells me also you have a porn addiction. If you're in the strip clubs a lot, you also have a porn addiction. So you're watching porn, which means you're not intimate and you can't connect with people. And that's what you're doing. Yes, there you go. I've thought of writing a lot of things. I can't sit down. I've got to get back to the Bobby story. So Bobby and I are talking on the phone and we're both doing, no, I haven't seen Keithy in that. Which straight guy have you ever met that hasn't been in a strip club? Which straight guy? I've only been with John my whole adult life, so I don't even know. But Bobby and I were doing facial recognition. So the facial recognition was hilarious. So we're looking for the woman we posted on the internet that we saw around Keith's accident. And obviously it pulls up a bunch of shit. But here's what I'm going to tell you. Men do not care what you look like because the amount of porn that pulled up when we did facial recognition with that woman's face, it wasn't her. It was just, you know, they pull in similar things. The amount of porn for somebody who looks like that was outrageous. Like, it's outrageous. And then there was some, like, I was just like, what the? Bobby and I were laughing. I'm like, what? I said, I'm sorry I took a shower, ever washed my hair or put makeup on, because obviously they don't fucking care. You know, yeah, Jason loves his girls. I tried watching porn today. Actually ended up... No, they're not empowered. They're victims of sexual abuse. We teach them they're empowered. Yeah, eyes up here. Actually, you can put your eyes anywhere. When you hit over the air... Okay, what was in Chatsworth? That's where Keithy died. Actually, over the age of 50, anywhere you want to look at me, I don't care, because I don't care. When I was 20, I'd be like, do you have $1? Do you have 10? Stop staring unless you put the money there. But they are victims of sexual abuse, and it's a repetitive cycle. And what people don't understand about the strip clubs is, thank you for that, Joe. What people don't understand about the strip clubs is that it's a cycle of abuse. There's men in the strip clubs that come from sexualized, traumatized childhoods, okay? My ex was a porn, there you go. And they go into the strip clubs, and it's a perpetration. I knew she was back there. She's been hiding. Okay, hold on, you guys, watch this. She's been hiding. Aha, I knew you were in there. I went looking, ouch. I went looking for her earlier. And I thought she was in that room and she didn't come out for her treats. And then she came out for her treats. She got sick in there. She was hiding in there. I put the set up and I'm like, are you in here? And I couldn't see her. And I just heard her. I knew she was in there. She hides in there. It's a laundry room. So, yeah, she finished her nap. So, yeah, everybody's traumatized in a strip club. It's a way of working with energy. A lot of my friends that were strippers were psychics, Reiki, they help people, but they are sex industry. Of course they've been, yeah, there are some who haven't, but that's so rare. It's everybody I knew. Everybody I ever talked to came from a house that had some issues with it. So, and it may have been uncles, relatives. It doesn't have to be mother and father. Yeah, I know. She was calling me because I looked for her and I went under the clothes. She was in my clothes basket. I know she was, but the men have been abused in there as well. So, or you couldn't look at it. You have daughters. You're looking at people. A lot of them are healers. You're looking at people. Did you see any egg? No, I didn't see any egg dicks. Thank God. I had men tell me all kinds of things. You look like my daughter. You look like my granddaughter. What are you fucking saying to me? Yeah. You look like my neighbor's daughter. You're the same age as my daughter. What the fuck is wrong with you? So thank you for that, you guys. Thank you. Yeah, so no, they say shit like that all the time. And they pull their dicks out and a lot of them like looking at men get turned on watching women. So there's a whole subculture of gay in there. Yeah. Yeah, they say all kinds of shit like that. No, they do. Sometimes they're so drunk. I love these guys, though. I got to be truthful. Old guys, well, they're probably, actually, some of them were in their 70s, but they're probably like 50, 60, whatever. Drunk as hell. Drunk as hell. Drunk. So you have to stand on your little box to dance, right? Like you have a box that you travel. So the girls walk through the clubs with the box on their head and their little, you're not wearing any underwear. You're just wearing a t-shirt. Maybe. I know. Mommy doesn't do that anymore. Don't worry. She's upset. She's thinking mommy does that. Anyway, you put your box down and he's like, I want to dance. Drunk ass men fall asleep while you're dancing. Best kind of client. He ain't looking. $50. Whatever. Thank you. Bye. That was good. Yeah, let's see. I'm convinced they hate women. I wonder. Yeah, they probably do hate women because they call the women the sluts. The women are always the sluts. No, your daddy who tried to molest you is the slut. The daughter responding to the child molestation or the peeping or the touching or you selling them or you pimping them out. You're the problem, not the person who responds to your fucked up actions. Just saying. Yeah, so, and they think they're good guys. They think that if they give you, yeah, no, it is. They think, I always have the mic. Someone gave me a mic so I could like preach. So I found it. Yes, exactly. Sold into the business. So yeah, no, I'm just saying I grew up in it. Like when I look at men, I don't trust any of them. No offense. In the back of my mind, I'm always like, yeah, you're fuck. In the back of my, so it really does damage you. But I'd rather be damaged than be some of the women I used to see when I go into the mall with their husbands and I recognize their husbands. Now here's the kicker. Their husbands would not recognize me because I was dressed. I was wearing a dress or a top. So they didn't know who I was because I wasn't naked. Seriously. So I would see their wives. And a lot of the time, the wives were not necessarily attractive. Why would anyone trust anyone they don't know? And yes, exactly. No, but I don't trust anybody I know in this world. So I barely trust anybody is what I'm saying to you. And I'm pretty sure, it's just conditioning if you grow up in that kind of family. So Tina, it's our generation, Sloan. Yeah. No, they're not healthier. They're just different. They're all on porn on their phones. Are you kidding me? No, they never look at your face. They're looking at your hoochies, your coochie or whatever. They don't care. Some of them will literally pay you just to stare at a particular part of your body. Seriously. Yeah, well, you're Jenna Jameson, my ex recognized. See, but that poor woman, she talks about an uncle in the family. Yes, Bobby, you did too, where Anna Nicole Smith worked. Exactly. You see how the men are. They're like dumb or something. It's like men, yeah. No, I will never trust any. I'm too old to trust now. I'm laughing at you. No, I don't need a man or want one. But I've said that repeatedly. I can't say it anymore without being insulting to people. But no, I mean, yeah. It looks like what? Mattel? What? Yeah, but all the younger kids are on porn. That's all they do is watch porn. I mean, that's all they do. And they watch all kinds of porn and they watch all kinds of bullshit. And they they've got all these men believing that if they choke people and if they do it up the wrong part of the body, that all of that is okay, and everything being shaved is okay. And now men got to get shaved. And all of that. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I would never date a man again. I just wouldn't. Yeah, Bobby and I have that in common with Anna. She was a former client of mine. Yeah, what's up? Well, they dominate women. Anything to hurt women, erase women is what they put into porn. Remember, they do snuff films where they kill women and children. They do not like women. They do not like children. And men are so fucking stupid. I'm not talking about every man, but the men that watch that kind of porn, and the women will tell you they like it, but do they like it? Because I have a very good friend, and she's a friend of Keithy's too, so I love her for that. And she worked at Playboy. I'm not going to say her name here. I have to call her though. But anyway, Keith worked for her. Yeah, they do snuff films and stuff. Yeah, you can trust your son. I don't trust. I'm sorry. No. I don't trust anyone. They'll turn your back on you, especially family will turn your back on you. Maybe not your son. You might be lucky, but I'm just saying my experience, my dead body on the floor, they'll crawl up over my fucking head, rob my purse, and then fucking not call 911. That is actually what I believe. That has been my experience. So I don't know what to say. There's nobody I can say I trust. I have to trust people. If I have to call someone, I have to call them. I don't, that. But would they rob me before? Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. And that doesn't mean that they don't love me, I guess. It just means that's how this planet is. But I'm sorry. I'm just extremely, extremely jaded. Like, yeah. Ashley, I'm like, Ashley knows what I'm saying. Ashley fucking knows it. Every time she trusts someone in her family, she gets fucking stabbed, okay? Like, I know. I get it. This is what happens. You get pound, pound, pound like this. And they'll rob you, take your shit, evict you, throw you out, throw you in jail, fuck you up. Your family would put the mirror under your nose. Yeah. Mine would be like, quick, go see what's in her purse. Get to the house. Get the keys. Fucking. Oh, God. I'm sorry. Yes, exactly, Heather. Oh, I'm pretty sure that he wouldn't be heartbroken. Give me a break. No, come on. Nobody in that house would be heartbroken. There's nobody. And I will tell you that. I will tell you, I judge by the way people treat me. I'm sorry. I don't care. I don't think they would be. I've yet to see anybody heartbroken over anything that happens to me or give a shit. Okay. And I'm talking about when my son died, when in my family, I didn't see any effort to help me. I had a nervous breakdown and nobody fucking did. So I'm just saying that. That's just the way it is. I mean, it's just, I took the knives out and yeah, they just like, kids just like when you pay for shit. They don't care about you. I mean, if I was not, yeah, anyway, reminds me of IG model, paid to go to Dubai to be used as a porta potty. Yes, there you go. What is that? What the fuck is that? Yeah, I don't know. I use bleach. This is straight up bleach and I do not use a toner. I'm sorry. It's There are some good people on this earth, I'm sure. Not involved in my family. Not involved in my family. I mean, I'm sure they're nice and everything. My Jason is lovely. I'm just, sometimes if you're dead, the philosophy of my family is you're dead. You don't need your stuff. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's pretty funny. I have to plug this in. It's pretty funny. What's up with the people? I know, it's so funny. It's so funny. I'm sorry. I'm just telling you my experience. I don't pretend that people... how do you live minor? How could you? Because I ran away from home and they didn't check. It was before Tracy Lords got busted. When I came to California, the first place they ever checked my age, it is funny. It has to be funny. I mean, I had a whole family I was raised with. Not one of them called me when my son died. What kind of people are you? Like, what? The hell's wrong with you? We are still sitting around my kitchen table. Anyway, Tracy Lords got arrested in the mid-'80s. Not her manager, Jim South. It was in the, he was up on Barham. And I had just signed up with that agency to do porn and to go, just because I was 20, I was going to go into that lifestyle. And he got busted. So the police did come, started stripping, and nobody, I had a fake ID and nobody cares, right? Well, that's correct, Ivy. That's correct. Yes. That's accurate. Unbelievable to me. Or they don't speak to you. Exactly. Well, because you're the problem, Ashley. Come to my house. You're the problem. You're the fucking problem. You're not the problem. They always want to blame the problem. It's called scapegoating. But when you're looking at, Tracy Lords, her manager went down in 76. Yeah. Well, she was underage, and her manager went down. So they checked every single person that he had in the logbooks, and in those logbooks, my name was in that, and there were pictures of me. So they came to my apartment and just asked for my ID at that time. Prior to that, nobody really asked for my ID or anything along those lines, like ever, and they don't care. You will sell a child before you'll sell a woman, okay? Like that's why men date women in their 20s. That's it. That's why they do it. Thanks, Eric. They don't date women their own age because for some reason, the society doesn't value women. Women are smarter when they're older because we understand things differently. I have trust no one tattooed on my finger. Don't make me do it. Stop and don't make me do it. Yes, I love the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I went to the theater once a week, Rocky Horror Picture Show, and The Song Remains the Same, playing in the same theater. So yeah, that's the thing from our generation, where everybody went in the audience and did that. But see, that's mind control. We're all doing that, like we're off. Yes, no parental love. But a lot of people grew up with that. And oh no, did you do the dance? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I can't dance there either. It doesn't matter. Clothes on, clothes off. Doesn't matter. It's very confusing. It's abusive. It's abusive. Absolutely. Yes. Yep. Totally. No, even people, it's very hard to trust anyone because it's just very hard. What do you think? Well, the problem in this society, the reason that they're jealous of women as a group commodity is because we give birth. Tracy Lords was 13 and 14 when she started. Yeah, Tim Curry was an Aries. He had a stroke. I'm sure he was part of that club. But I don't know if I was sensitive or not. I can't remember feeling anything as a child. I don't feel anything. Whatever. I keep telling people that. No one cares. Meaning it's just, some people feel, I know when I'm supposed to set boundaries and stuff, but I really don't feel anything. And especially after Keith died. The reason they don't like women is we are procreators. Women in their 50s are fucking smart, okay? unless they were dumb all along. I mean, if you're dumb, you're dumb. But women in their 40s, they've had their children, they've raised their children, they know how and what men are lying about. They can't be tricked anymore. They're not in awe of men because men don't do a lot of shit. What? A man goes to work and brings home money, so what? Because you're paying bills, you do all the work? Fuck you, no. The woman gives birth, ruins her body, feeds the baby, breastfeeds, cooks the dinner, takes the kids to school, and, whatever, right? So the men have tricked women, our society, not just the men. The men in our society have been held up on a pedestal. We are all in the balls of men. I don't even know what that means, but all right. Yeah, some people love cheating on their spouses. Yeah, men don't have to ruin their bodies to have a kid, but then they bag on their wives when, like, John never did that to me, but they look at their wives and they're like, you gained weight, you're fat, you're this, you're that. Well, fuck, human came out of me. Is in her 60s and hate men solely because they are stupid as fuck. Sam. I can't stand them lying. They all fucking lie. The ones I date, I don't date. I was married. But they just lie. They lie. The shit that you put up with because you have, yes, men supply the DNA. That's correct. But looking at it now, the way that I look at it, I love my children, but I would never do it again. I would never have kids again. It's not worth it to me. It's not worth it. For all you women that don't have kids, you're actually smarter. We love our kids. We love our children. But you're smarter. Number one, they can't die. They can't end up in jail. They can't do a bunch of shit to you. They won't take on, it's totally genetic. Like your kids, there is no nature versus nurture. What comes through the DNA is how those people react. Like literally, if you marry a drug addict, or an idiot, you're going to give birth to a drug addict or an idiot. If the guy that's running loose and he's 5 feet tall, you have a baby with him and it's a boy, that kid is 5'2". That's your fault for procreating with that person. Yes, it's way too hard. Yes, it's way too hard. The lying is juvenile, total turn. Yes, it is, but they lie all the time. They lie all the time. They lie all the time. I have no problem telling people how it is. Who wants to keep track of 20 liar stories anyway? Yeah, no. I'm just saying, I can't even describe to you. Like, the shit that I heard and the shit. Yeah, if I do it again, I would not have children. I would not get married. I just would never do it. It was not worth it to me. Nothing about what I experienced was worth it. And absolutely. And then having Keith die, doubly not worth it. So I'd rather not even experience that, actually. I'm okay with that. I would definitely, I wasn't discerning. I was 20, okay, 21. I was 21 and I married somebody 2 decades older than me who full well knew that this broken ass bitch here, this feral ass cat, would put up with everything that he was dishing out, right? Because I was 21. What the fuck did I know? I was a baby. I knew nothing. It was so wrong. It was so wrong. So wrong. I didn't know I had a right. I did not know I had a right to require certain things. Yes, I had children. My children didn't like me enough where I could trust that they would visit me. They didn't. They did not like me that much. So I was the stupid sober person, but that's how I felt. So that was my choice. I did not want to leave my children, and they still did not like it when I left, and they were 24 and 27. I did not. Like, I literally hated being married. Hated it. That's not necessarily particular to John. I did not want to fucking listen. I did not want to drink alcohol. I did not want to see people drink. I did not want to see the stupid fucking TV on. I did not want to see. Just fuck right off. But anyway, yeah. Problem is, I had children. I ignored every red flag on planet Earth. That's what I did. Every single red flag, I ignored. Punch me in the face. Oh, let me marry you. That wasn't John. He didn't do that. Yes, exactly. No, it was never really enjoyable. It was enjoyable after I had a child for 3 years. Other than that, then Jimmy overdosed, and that wasn't enjoyable. And I'm still fucking listening to people telling me different stories of what I lived through because they've been told different stories. So, yes, I have Uranus and Pluto in the first house. Yes, I do. I should have done something else. I didn't know I had a choice. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I was too dumb. I did not have family support. I was stupid as fuck. Stupid. So stupid. Yeah. Oh, mentally, John is a mental terrorist. He plays mental fuckery games. Mental fuckery games. There are no good drunks. There are no good drunks. If you're in a marriage with an alcoholic, then their lover is the drinks. So it is not a good thing. But I did not know. I did not know that I could leave my child. Look at how long it took me to get divorced, and my kids are not little. Who was going to pay for that when they were little? Said no one. And then I just gave up. And then I got suicidal, gave up, had nervous breakdowns, whatever. I just gave up. I was never going to be able to leave. I didn't make enough money and couldn't do it. And when I could do it, I got drained. That's how people feel. How do you get out of marriage? Why is anybody getting married? You can't get away from them. You can't get away from them. You can't. I mean, they say, like John used to say to me, well, go, yes, no, seriously, love, I didn't know how to do it. I was too fucking stupid. I was too fucking, and they'll choose cocaine and porn every time over you. They will choose it, and then they will yell at you, and they will tell you things. I tolerated nothing but drugs and alcohol. That's what I talk, that's all I tolerated. That was our marriage. I was married to an addict and an alcoholic. He doesn't think he is. I beg to differ. And it's fine. No, I will never marry again. I wouldn't even date again. I can't even, no. I just can't. Younger men want mommy and older men want a nurse. So no. Yes, I was alone a lot too. Yeah, and cold takeout. I can't even trust myself to pick a man properly. So I can't. No, sorry. My choice is ridiculous. My choice is ridiculous. Like, what are you doing marrying someone 2 decades older than yourself? Like, what are you doing? But it's still his fault because he was older. Like, it's my fault for saying yes, but it's his fault as well. So his family just blamed me, and it was like, no, like the old guy has to take responsibility. So it's so, yeah, this is a joke. My spirit guides are up there going, fuck, look what she's doing. Look what she's doing. Look what she's doing. And that's what they're doing. And so, but just, no, my picker's broken. I was broken. I can't understand why you would date me when I was in my 20s. Why would you ever date someone who behaved the way that I did? And the common comment is, you were different. You were intelligent. You were strong. You were independent. I was surviving and feral as fuck and didn't know how to write a check out of a fucking checkbook. I had no education, okay? No education at all. What, in any way, like none. No practical skills at all, okay? Oh, my mom, my mom... You spell M-U-M like Britain. I'm sorry, I'm so itchy tonight. It's these piercings and the bleach and the cat. All right, so my mom told me when she met John. Now keep in mind, I was fucking 21 or 22. Just turned 22, really close. I could have been 21 when we went to visit her. My dad said nothing. My mom said and cornered me and literally said to me, I've said this story. I get bored repeating it. You will bore him. I'm going to bore him? Okay. She didn't say he shouldn't be dating you. He's too old for you. She said nothing like that. She just attacked me as if I was boring. That's it. I have a degree in nothing. I still don't have an education. I have no education. Like when I tell you that, I'm being serious. That's what she said. I would bore him. He will get tired of me. I will bore him. One thing I'm not is boring. But yeah, he actually did say that a lot, but I'm not going to drink with you. I tried it for 6 months of the relationship, and then I'm like, I don't want to be like you. I don't like that. I don't need to drink. It's no dig on anybody that drinks, but if you have to rely on drugs and alcohol your whole life, then you have a trauma. You have not. My adopted mom was a see you next Tuesday. She's a fucking horrible bitch. Anyway, my mom tried to get rid of me when I was 13. Yes, to a man who's 25. Hello. No, thank you. So the problem is, it's not anybody who's drinking. I should not. Of course, I grew up in an alcoholic home, so therein lies where the trauma continues. Because no person on drugs or alcohol who's an addict can be properly in a relationship with anybody because they're an addict. I know y'all don't want to hear that. You want to think your addict is a good addict. All addicts lie. All alcoholics lie. They lie. They will cheat on you because they lose their inhibitions, and they could cheat with men or women. They can be porn addicts along with addicts. The cocaine ones love porn on all kind, and they're probably secretly on the down low. I don't trust any of them. I saw so much in the bar. And if they don't act on it, they're always hanging around guys on the football team, on the this, and whatever. So, yeah. Yeah, we really do have spirit guides, and mine are laughing because they're like, she's mental. That's what they're doing. No, I raise broken men. You can't stay in I raise broken men and my son's dead. No, that's not true. And I'll tell you why. You cannot stay in a house yelling at somebody about their drinking and getting into arguments yes, I think a lot of men are gay behind the scenes because they're always out drinking. Why are you always drinking, talking to other men? Because it's a men thing? Who taught you that? What are you doing? What are you hiding? Like, try being sober. It's harder to be sober. Try getting some balls and being sober. Like, take those balls out and be sober. Sorry if I'm insulting men. But you can't raise strong men in a verbally violent home. And my children were raised in a war zone. So I did not do a good job. Anybody who raises their children around that kind of violence. Now, it's true. Stupidly, you could hear me yelling. So I was easily manipulated. So I was like a puppet. You could fucking say shit and I would go off. I don't do that anymore. Since Keith died, I don't do that anymore. But in our house, my kids were taught against my will that it was okay. The drugs and the alcohol is okay. You can't all be sober. People got to have fun. That was the influence that my kids were raised with. It was not cohesive where you don't do drugs, even though we had a dead child from drugs. So it was interesting, but that's not a proper way to raise kids. So I've got to go against that. I've got to be truthful. It's not a good way to raise kids. Is no more than 10 years difference. Yes. Yeah, you can't. I mean, like, someone just texted me something and I don't know. Who can, like, I forgive myself. But when people say I did not. And people who think they're good parents in that kind of an environment are delusional. You're not a good parent. So you did the best that you could do. But it's not good. Yeah, well, men cheat all the time. That's all they do. They say, I've had shit said, if you don't have sex, I'll cheat. If you don't do this, I'll do that. Whatever. I'm 52 and I can't find, I just can't, here's the main thing. Yes, they did. Yes, my boys did bring me together, but I'm telling you, I would never have kids again. Would never. If I come back, there will be no men. I won't even have sex. Like, I won't do it. Because you are so much stronger if you are not attached to somebody, because they can't fuck with you. As soon as you love a child, you will be fucked with. As soon as you want a man and marry him, you will be fucked with. You will be fucked with. They will fuck with you because you have feelings. So don't let them do that. Yeah, I always got those threats, those fucking threats. There's a big story, reveal and helping. Who is texting me? 812. I have no idea who's someone's texting me about something. Anyway, I never got, oh my God, you got threatened to be killed. Yeah, that I didn't get threatened, thank God. Yeah, so I made a live. Yeah, it's the worst thing. It's the worst thing. It's the worst thing to fall in love with a man and actually think it's going to work. It can't. And they still lie. Like, John still lies to me. He still fucking lies to my face and tells me he's not lying. And I'm like, you must think I'm dumb as fuck. You must think I'm dumb as fuck. Then there's the other people that lie. Like, I'm coming back as an asexual ocean sponge. Do ocean sponge have sex? I'm not coming back. So there's that. But I just really would never do it again. Never. Mm-mm. And that has no offense on anybody. It's just not worth it. It is so not worth it in any way, shape, or form. It is nothing but garbage. I used to wake up and John was gone in the middle of the night every single night for like the first 15 years of our marriage. He would get up. This is how sneaky he was. He's going to hate me. His friends are going to call him and go, John, Sloan's talking about you again. John. And it'll be his daughter going, she's talking about you, but I'm talking about what I experienced. Now, I will never do it again. Never. In 30 years, this man never came to bed at the same time as me. Never. Did not like me enough to get into the bed at the same time that I did. Never. Okay? 30 years, never went to bed at the same time. Never. I had to tolerate that because I had children. He would stay up. He would watch TV 11, 12. At the time, I would go to sleep between 10 and 11. Now I'm earlier if I want, but never, okay? Maybe a couple of times, but fucking never. And then he would leave the TV on. This was his trick. He would leave the TV on so that I would hear him in the living room with that fucking TV on, and he'd be gone. Okay, yeah, I was probably a beard. I think I am a fucking beard. Exactly. That's the good. He'd be gone. And then I go, where'd you go? Oh, 7-Eleven. 3 o'clock in the morning. Where the fuck are you? Where the fuck are you? And so it really bothered me. That shit, yeah, I don't think he even understands how much that bothered me, but that bothered me. And I would say I just think it's such bullshit. You know, so it was even funnier when I started hiking at 2 a.m. because I'd get up and go, I'm hiking. And he was positive I was cheating, but I wasn't. I was driving to Palm Springs and hiking. I'm assuming it was for drugs and sex. I don't know what he did. I stopped caring. I'm telling you, I stopped caring. He was gone every night. Sneaky as fuck. Sneaky out the door like a sneak. With the fucking TV. I have no idea. I consider that really sneaky. You should at least come and tell me you're going out. I hated that with a passion. So I just gave up. It's very hard to watch people with alcohol, but there's a trauma behind the addiction. He went to watch a Tom Cruise movie. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he was gay or I don't know if he was straight. I really don't know. I can't tell. I couldn't tell. I could sleep with you every night and I wouldn't be able to tell if you were gay or straight because I trust no one. John's a sneaky Scorpio rising, Aries. But he would I have no idea where he was going. He'd tell me to go to 7-Eleven. He had to go for a drive. He had to do this. What was your dad? Tell me what your dad did leaving in the middle of the night. And he'll deny it, but that's a fact. He did that every single fucking night. I mean, 4 years and left the TV on. That's why that TV was on, because it's there so that you think he's there. Oh my God, I hate that. Anyway, yeah, so I put up with so much. Yeah, it's really, I put up with so much. I feel like that's not really equitable, and then took care of his family and stuff. Anyway, y'all know the story. Everybody knows the story. Everybody on here's got it. And there are men that have that too. I'd come home late at night. I hated that so much. It's not late. It's he was home and then he would leave once I fell asleep. It traumatized me. Yeah, he probably did have another woman. He probably had many other women. He found no use for me. He found me to be garbage. Still does, except I pay bills for him. So he's excited. You know, like if I didn't pay some bills, that I don't pay all his bills, but if I didn't give money to him, he wouldn't be around me. Like if I wasn't taking care of things. That's how men are. Like they're like that. That's a stripper thing though. Strippers will tell you that. Men take from them. He's very sneaky. Now I'm on a rampage about him. I've got to stop. Anyway, you strippers know. Lying, drugs, or seeing men. I thought he could have been seeing men. Yes, of course he was. He was somewhere else. His whole family knows about it too. And they just seem to, they love it. They just think it's fucking, no, it was after the clubs were closed. It was after the clubs were closed. No, I didn't feel bad. I feel bad now, but yeah, I hated it. I hated it. That TV was always on and he would go out and leave, and I just hate it. And then it got to be the other way where he never left and stayed watching the TV. So I was like, I can't help it, but that too, happy birthday, Silver Creek. That too was a problem. When you raise children around someone who's chronically depressed, and here's the problem. Okay, here's the problem. Yeah, John's a liar. He lies about everything. I mean, he wouldn't like it with me saying that, but that's how I feel. So I'm sorry. I've said it to his face. I trust no one. It's 7-Eleven all the time. It's 7-Eleven. His moon's in fucking Taurus, okay? I don't like those people either. No offense to anybody with moon in Taurus. But here's the thing. When you're talking about, what does the stars say about dating? Is it a good time? Well, we're still in a Mercury retrograde. It depends if you want to date. Date anytime you want to date. I did break a couple of TVs. I did. Yeah, I've broken a couple of TVs. But here's the problem. When you do, this is the problem. John's crony screen recording. Yeah, fuck off. Oh my God, dental work. I can't do it. I still have to pull that tooth. I'm in pain and I'm not going to do it. Yeah, okay, well, that's different. Yeah, it sounds like cocaine runs. Yeah. Oh yeah, pull me out of bed on the cocaine with the black helicopter conversations. Any of you all go through that? Yeah. Anyway, here's what cocaine does to you, okay? I couldn't feel John anything. I can feel nothing. I only knew when his son was going to die and when my son was going to die. Those are the two psychic things. Other than that, I can't feel anything. So yeah, bars before cell phones. Exactly, right? They're always out there doing it. But no, I was going to say, when you do cocaine, I'm the greatest Taurus you'll ever meet. Oh my God. No, that's funny. You're funny. If you're Taurus, I definitely will not meet you. I'm kidding. Some are gay. Women are so clueless. I don't know how to tell if men are gay. Well, I knew how to tell my son-in-law was gay because I knew men he dated, so I knew he was gay. Oh, am I not supposed? Somebody's recording that. I'm not supposed to say it, but it's true. I'm not the one that dated the other fucking men. I have no idea if my kids wanted me as a mother. I know they didn't like sober people. That's what I do know. So anyway, no, I don't know. I can't speak for what people wanted or not. I can only tell you my experience. I cannot speak. Like, I really don't know how my kids felt about me. I don't know, because it was such a violent, bad marriage in that house that nobody could relax. There were moments of peace, and anybody who's been in that kind of relationship, which there's nothing wrong with it. I just shouldn't have gotten married. I was too feral, too young, and didn't know anything. I didn't understand that I needed to be interviewing a person to make sure they were agreeable with me. I thought I just had to take shit in. And a lot of young women feel that way. Anybody that's been married more than once understands that. Okay. But what I'm saying to you is, you don't really know what your family thinks of you unless you don't get the time, because you're constantly fighting an attention-seeking addict, is how I look at it. So you're constantly, and I should have learned not to fight, but apparently I was like stupid too on top of it. So yeah, I know that the kids wanted to come through and look like us. My kids were good looking, very good looking. But what I mean is, yeah, I mean, my first husband, I always knew he was cheating because, well, that guy, oh my God. Anyway, that guy, but my first husband, I always knew. Like, I would come home and I would sense something in the house and be like, this motherfucker's cheating. But I didn't have kids with him. So yeah, women, I know it was obvious he wasn't interested in me. It was obvious that was what that was. Yeah, I love that Keithy looks like that. No, a lot of people have bad relationships. The point is, it wasn't my kids that were sneaky, it was my husband. But what I'm saying to you is we are taught that marriage is something we need to do, and I don't think we need to do it. I don't think, yeah, no, you can't blame them. They're super cute boys. And I hope, I hope it works out well for everyone, but I just don't have much faith in any relate. I think you can raise kids, and I think the less connected you are to the people, you can raise the kids in a more productive. If you're not emotionally charged and you don't fight, then yes, it was a total fucking nightmare. Conjunct Scorpio in the 8th house, bad. I can't answer that. Yeah, I was spying. Hold on, Bobby's going to talk about that. Wait, where did Bobby go? Bobby, I was spying on my first husband bachelor party. Oh my God, bachelor party. Got caught in the bushes. You weren't quite as suave as you are now, right? Yeah, yeah, I know, Peter, but it just, you cannot raise kids in that. I'm deeply saddened that I chose. Here's the thing, and I'm going to tell you this straight out. No matter who you think you are, no matter how much, I'm very fighty. So if you say something to me, and I'm a fire sign, so all you fire signs know that. If you say that to me, something, and it's not true. So if you call me a whore and it's not true, I should not care, but I'm going to get in your face because you're not going to get away with that. So I'm an easy target. I don't do that anymore. I don't care what you call me. I don't care. But what I'm saying to you is I know Bobby in the bushes with all her jewelry on and her nice perfume and her cute hairdo and her heels. She's in the bushes. I think that's how they saw you too. Like, what kind of bush is that? It's all sparkly and cute. But I think you have to go into a marriage like that because, yeah, some people don't cheat, but I just haven't ever met them. I mean, I just haven't ever met them. Sorry. I mean, with me in my life. But what I'm saying is sometimes you can pick a partner and you can love that person. Your love doesn't matter. None of that matters. It's how you react to that person. And nobody hits on me, Kristen. There is not a man on this earth that hits on me. I've not been hit on since I left John. Nobody. I mean, I get screamed at and cussed at, called a bitch and shit. Old. I get called old. I get called all kinds of things. That's by family members though. But yeah, no one comes near me. That was always my way though in life. Like very few people come near me. So I know now never to ever go near anybody. So it'll probably just be a standoff. But that's not abnormal. Most women my age are not dating. The ones that need a man are dating, but the ones that can take care of themselves, yeah, thanks. I mean, it's just when you're old though. Yeah, we get accused of everything. I know. The problem is my choice and my choice ego-wise. And trust me, it was ego to fight back with somebody the way that I did. Because I would get up in the middle of the night after some shit had been said and I'd be like, I would wake my kids up fucking screaming at this man. So that's a little bit psycho. Not a good thing to do. So it's not a good connection to begin with. It's a problem. So you have to really think about it. And I'm pretty sure most people shouldn't be getting married is what I'm thinking. And I'm a loyal person and I didn't want to get another divorce. So I stayed. And I stayed for my kids. And then I couldn't stand it. It was one word too many, and I had warned him for 25 years. One day you're going to open your motherfucking mouth, and it's going to be one word too many, and I will leave. And that's what happens. So if you want to open your drunken mouth and say some bullshit, then some bullshit going to come back on you. And now my kids are grown, and I don't care. But then Keith died, and then that was I left and Keith died, so that was a whole other thing. Maybe some of them just need to hit it and quit it. People don't like Scorpios because they're fucking hell on wheels. That's why. Yeah. So yeah, reactive. Oh my God. the shit that was said to me, the shit that was blamed on me, the shit. Just the fucking shit. Do you know my son, needed to incarnate. Do you know my son, my Jason, did not know his brother died of an overdose simply because his father would not tell the truth about that. So I seemed like a psycho, even though I had the death certificate. It was really traumatic. And I'm not saying that you have to say it, but it was actually John's daughter, Jason's sister, that told him. She finally said it to him. It's like, huh? So it's really weird. And just for you addicts out there, the addicts, yeah, I got called crazy, mentally ill, all kinds of shit. And I was for a while. So, push my boyfriend, I'm so sorry. Yeah, see, that shit shouldn't happen. Just so the addicts know, yes, Scorpio and Mercury definitely counts for being like a Scorpio because you think like a Scorpio. And there's another Scorpio. The Scorpios are coming out. Yes, of course, you complete you. Exactly. Another person doesn't complete you and you don't even need to get married, and you probably shouldn't get married, even if you have kids. Because if you get married and you have to divorce them, they will fight you. Somebody will hold on to the divorce. And I love Paige. Yes, I do trust Paige. I love my Paige a lot. I love Paige. She actually was the only one that drove out here to see me. Nobody drives out here. Well, John will come out here. But my kids don't. I mean, Paige did, which is really great. So, yeah, well, I was a mental patient myself. I don't know what to call them. But anyway, what I was going to say is when you're an addict, alcoholic, here's what you have to think about. If you're not willing to fix your trauma, then you're the problem. I don't care that people say it's a biological disease. Rascal. I love him, Rascal. I have to pick Rascal up because she doesn't drive, so that's true. I wish we could meet all the people in the chat and heal our pain and fast. Yeah, what was somebody saying to me? Somebody wrote on the comments, you need to go to therapy or whatever. I'm like, fuck yeah, I do. But anyway, what I was saying is if you're an addict, don't think that you can't kill yourself. But those people that do a lot of drugs, like a lot. Yeah, my new granddaughter, she's just new. We don't know how she'll turn out yet. I pray for her and I love everybody in the family. But keep in mind, they all live in that house and I live here by myself because ain't nobody coming to visit. But anyway, that's whatever. They will when they can. They just had a baby. I don't expect them to actually. So, and Meadow will grow up and she'll be just beautiful and she'll be just lovely because she's so cute. Meadow is so cute. Kenna is so cute. And Jason is so cute. You have to fix your trauma to stop. Exactly. Here's the problem with addicts. And this is what happens. Yeah, I love my Paigey. This is what happens with drug addicts. So they can do a shit ton of drugs like Scarface. That's not a real amount of drugs, but like Scarface. And they can do all those drugs for years on ends. And then they can quit because they're trying to get sober. And then they can quit for 3, 4, 5 months or a year or 2 years. And then they can go back and they can be like, I'm just going to do a little cocaine. And they can die from that little bit of cocaine, which will make their parents say, which was the case in our case, but he didn't have that much cocaine in his body. That is true. That is called drug toxicity. And I will speak about that because that's the problem with addicts is once you stop, which Jimmy did stop, and then you go back and you do that, right? And you go back and you use even a little bit of the drug, that is drug toxicity. Your body can't take it. It can't take what you used to do and it can't take a little bit. Your organs, and especially with cocaine, your renal system. Yes, that's true. That's a thing. That is a thing. Trust me, I went through all the rehab stuff and all of that. Used to live upstairs at the brass rail. Girl, I used to shower in the showers there. Yeah, I remember that. Our change room was upstairs. But that is something to remember because addicts think that they can go out and do a little bit. So I used to drink like this, and now I can have a little bit of this. It's usually cocaine actually or heroin, but that's the problem. That's called drug toxicity. Yes, because they'll say they didn't have a lot in their body. I agree, they didn't. And no, they shouldn't have died from that. But the point is Their body was over toxic from their past behavior. You've got a tiny little liver and 2 little kidneys, and your renal system, your adrenal glands. You do cocaine, you fuck up your adrenal glands. You also fuck up your happiness. You will never get dopamine in your brain again because it takes it. It takes it out of there. So you are just going to be sitting on a couch like a lazy motherfucker with your feet up, blotto to the world, and you're going to give that impression and make people think it's okay to be like that. It is never okay to be like that. You are causing problems when you are like that. So you have to know that that's got to be fixed. And oh, good for you for quitting heroin. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you for quitting. Bravo. Yes, Little Meadow is a jazz musician. I see her. She's so cute. Cigarettes are addicting. If you are smoking, you have to stop. It's not okay. Like, you're deliberately killing yourself. If you're doing heroin, crack, cocaine, or whatever, you are killing yourself, okay? And you're doing it on purpose, knowing it. So, yeah, coke, that's what happened to Jimmy. It stopped his heart. And it does affect your breathing as well. And these people think they're going to get away. Like, no, you're not. You're not going to get away with it. You will not get away with it. One day you will go back and take a little bit, and that's how you overdose. And then your family will be going like, the coroner told me it wasn't that many drugs in his body, so why did he die from it? Because if he never took the drugs, he wouldn't have died at all, would he? Yeah. And the drugs, well, it's because it removes the dopamine from your body. So understand this, okay? The only thing, sugar's a hard one. Understand this. It's so hard to break a habit. So hard to break any habit. It's hard to break not having coffee, speaking for myself. But what you have to understand is a lot of the things that you see with these people that overdose, the first thing, the gateway drug is trauma. So there is a trauma that these people refuse to talk about, and the family members won't talk about it either. So, yeah. Well, no, I maybe I just took it as rejection. I don't know if they're really rejecting me. I mean, I picked wrong in life, however you want to word it. But that's my point. And I'm telling you, it doesn't even matter. Like, I'm at the end of my life. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at this point. My life's done. I did the best I could. That's all anyone can do. Problem is, when you're a little kid, first of all, being adopted, problem. If you're a little kid that grows up in abuse, problem. If you don't correct that, yes, I was sexually assaulted in the strip clubs, absolutely, but not raped. I was sexually assaulted by having men's body parts thrown in my face. John told the kids that I was lying about my stepson passing the way he did. Everybody forgets I was there, and I took him, picked him up from the hospital, took him there, and I'm not even picking on him because I adored him and I loved him, and it's extremely sad, but his behavior mimicked somebody else in the family. So his behavior mimicked 1,000%. It's really hard to go back to the gym. His behavior mimicked his father's. I mean, that's an actual truth. Here's the problem. As a woman, I procreated with somebody that had an addiction problem. So I set my kids up for the same thing. You see what I'm saying? You set your kids up. Now, not all the time. Sometimes kids do drugs and no one does drugs. But I set them up. John says that Jimmy just died from a panic attack, which technically, yes, his heart stopped. So that's a panic attack. But he won't admit it. He said he didn't have enough drugs in his body. And I have a problem with that. We went head to toe with that from day one. We went head to toe with that from day one. I went and got those death certificates. I kept putting them. He kept ripping them up. I kept putting them. I kept ripping them up. Back and forth. So, those kids didn't believe me. My own children thought I was lying about that, but I lived through it. So, oh my God, he loves living in denial. Yeah, well, because it wasn't, the coroner did say it wasn't a lot of cocaine, and we're not disputing that fact. What's it matter if you got nicked by a bus, a plane, or a car and you're dead? It doesn't matter. So it's difficult. Yeah. It's difficult. It's a difficult thing, but you have to understand the gateway drug is trauma. So when you have an adult alcoholic, I know everybody here is so smart and so great, and they're probably sick of me blabbering. So I'm just going to not do lives anymore so that I don't keep blabbering, and I'll just do film videos for a while. But anyway, yes, he does harbor a lot of guilt over Jimmy. And he should harbor a lot of guilt over that, because you should never be a fucking parent doing that. But that's neither here nor there. Half the country does that. So it's not just his shit. However, the way to get over guilt is to correct your own trauma. So when we don't correct our trauma, we marry it. And that goes for me too. Obviously, I didn't correct my trauma. So I ran away from it and didn't correct it. If you are an addict, you have trauma. So you have to correct your trauma. And it's not about the drugs. They lie to us. They fucking lie to us, okay? I know, and this is just my opinion. I'm not a drug counselor. I'm not any of that stuff. But here's what I will say to you. If you have a drug addiction, the propensity to the drug addiction does not come through your DNA. It comes through the ancestral history and or curses on the family. Ancestrally, not like someone threw a curse, but person A does it, person B does it, because there's nobody breaking the trend. That's the problem. It's not your DNA. It's not your DNA, because I have no desire to do it. And I come genetically from a family of people who do a lot of shit, and I don't feel like doing it. So you have to correct that, and you have to speak about your trauma, period. You have to admit you have trauma. You have to say, this person did this person did this person did that, or you pass it the fuck on, and it will come out of you. You can be a completely woman over here, marry into a family, and their demons are going to take your kids out. That's what happens. Your fucking shit is going to kill their kids. That's going to be a huge problem. Oh my God. Yeah, the drugs. Yeah, well, there's terrible drugs in here. But I mean, in this place, you know, and a lot of that's my fault in my family. What about, smoking weed, homegrown? Okay, ask yourself this. That's a good question. You can smoke and drink whatever the fuck you want. You can eat whatever you want. You can eat Taco Bell. I wouldn't advise it, but you can do it. You can, you know, they're legalizing mushrooms all over the place. You can do whatever you want. Ask yourself why you can't stay sober. Why can you not stay sober? Why are you constantly on something? Because you have pain? Then deal with your pain. So if you have mental pain from being sexually abused, from being smacked, from your father calling you a piece of shit, your mother calling you a piece of shit, your uncle, being adopted, being orphaned, being whatever, then literally, oh, how fun. Then literally start talking about that. My mother, father, cousin, uncle did this. It made me feel like that. Was that normal, or is there something wrong? You have trauma. The fact that you're an addict or an alcoholic tells me that. You're not hiding it by drinking. In fact, you are showing the world just how broken you are by doing that. That's what you're doing. And why can you not stay sober? In your sobriety, and I don't mean it like, I don't care. I don't know many sober people these days. But in your sobriety, you can see the world correctly. So if you can see correctly, you're not going to make those mistakes which destroy your life, right? You're just not going to. You should talk about that. Drugs and booze will never run those demons. Oh my God. No, the demons will, no, it's just alcohol. Yeah, alcohol is disgusting. It's disgusting. And people with their fucking mouths when they drink, oh my God. Oh my God. So in my marriage, I have to just say this. I'm sorry. I'm going to shut up. So while I was married to John, and this is serious, I actually allowed this to happen. This is probably the most fucked up thing. He would sit on that couch on his fucking back, and if I tried to bring up something with him, he would cover his face with a pillow and flick his hand like that at me. Oh my fucking God. Oh my fucking God. Oh my fucking God. Yes. And then he would have my kids go like this to me. Only a few times though, because I saw break your fingers if you do that. Can you imagine? Oh my God. There you go. Yeah, that's what I know. That's what he would do. Oh my God. I just was like, and he will always say, I can't. And yesterday he did it again. I know. He deserved, you know what? one day he's going to get those words right back in his face. Flicking that wrist and putting that goddamn pillow over his face. And then that's why you can never finish a conversation with the man. Oh, so he doesn't respect women. Oh, so passive aggressive. Such a passive aggressive motherfucker. I'm direct. I'm out with it. So to John's friends out there and his daughter, please report this to him. I should have fucking put rat poisoning on the pillow. No, he did it young too. He did it young as well. Literally, so disrespect. He's dismissive and disrespectful. He has absolutely no respect for me or any woman. Not his daughter, not his mother, none of them. It's just what they can do for him. I really think that of him. I get along with him, but that's what I whatever. Put a little pressure on the pillow. Here you are, you motherfucker. No, just yesterday we had the conversation. He literally said, I don't read your texts. And I said, why are you saying that? And he's like, I don't read your texts because they're too long and you repeat yourself. I repeat myself because you never fucking deal with the fucking question. So remember this. When people are addicts and alcoholics, they will have these behaviors because they cannot develop past it. I know, right? Oh my God, Kimberly, you have no idea. Nope, I agree. To get a divorce, I agreed to pay bills. I asked for nothing in the divorce. Nothing. Not one thing. Oh, pardon me. The divorce is final. I asked in the final part, he tried to hold up the divorce again, and I'll tell you why. So the paperwork's there. I'm reading through the paperwork, and that's a bill. Paperwork, paperless. So I'm reading through the paperwork, and he says, well, you need to take the word mutual out of our property agreement. I said, I need to take the word mutual out of there. And he said, yeah, because I may want to sell the property sooner than later. I said, you're going to have to trust me because we're going to die on that hill. I am not going to take that word mutual out of that fucking paperwork because you're staying in the house till you die, per you. You're getting what you want from the business, per you. You're getting the things you asked for, per you. No, it's over. It's over. But he wanted the word mutual. That's how little this man thinks of me. It's only him. Only him. I said, I'm never taking the word mutual out. I will die on this hill. You will fucking drop dead before I sign this paperwork. I am not taking the word mutual out. Never. That's the only thing I asked for. So anyway, yeah, I don't care if I outlive him or don't. But anyway, yeah, I don't care. I don't care. It's just the word mutual. That just triggered me like nobody's business. I'm like, yeah. So you can see, I'm just a living example of like, that is not petty, girl. Yeah, no, I said I literally will not fucking, I'm not signing this. Like your lawyer can eat shit, suck a dick. Everybody can suck a dick. I am never taking the word mutual out. It is mutual. It is not. I said, I'll do whatever you want. So anytime he brings up the house, he's like, so, you know, I might need the money. I'm like, sell it today. Sell it now. Sell the house now. because I think it should be sold and it should have been split. But yeah, I just said, you know, it's just whatever. It's just such a lesson for me. I never had to put up with any of it, but I continue. So you see, I don't know what he's a living example of. I'm a living example of what not to do. Don't be fucking stupid. Don't be stupid. When someone doesn't love you, don't try to get them to love you. Don't do that. Yeah, I should have smashed his face in with that pillow. Oh my God. Oh, you have no idea. My head used to go like this, and I would be like, like the shit that would go through my head, So I understand. I completely understand. I could not have divorced him. Yes, drugs cause domestic violence. They cause gun weapons. They cause all kinds of shit. It amazes me. Liars, manipulatives, don't. I know, they're disgusting. I'm sorry. You manipulate, you're disgusting. But by definition, if you're an alcoholic or an addict, you are a manipulator. Or you would be sober and you would deal with yourself. Someone's helping. I feel like that guy who escaped from prison is a complete. I should have put rocks in the pillow and he got like this. I can't even imagine how I allowed myself to put up with an adult fucking man who covered his face with a pillow for whatever fucking reason. You know, yes, I have Saturn in the 8th. So did my Keithy have Saturn in the 8th. It is disgusting. Saturn in the 8th, Saturn in the 12th, those are sexual abuse things. Can be, but they're abuse on, I mean, just like fucking cover your face with a pillow. Like, no wonder you drink, because you literally, you motherfucker, can't communicate. You can't communicate. Who does that? And if I keep asking you the same question, it's because you're not giving me an answer. Now, I do have a problem with that as a psychic. I can hear when you're not, oh my God, such a fucking child. Such a fuck. On his deathbed, I'm going to make him know that, though. Yes, he would. Well, no, I mean, he has every right to do whatever he wants with his property. I mean, nobody can tell you what to do with it till you die. Like, there's no inheritance. You're not entitled to your parents' anything. Nobody is. I have Saturn in the 8th, last love, a demon. He can face nothing. It's just, it's so, no. I agree. John can stay in the house till he dies. I'm not going to listen to anybody say they're all in the house over there. I'm not going to listen to anybody say I threw out an 80-year-old person or 77. Of course he's a taker. That's all he is a taker. He thinks he's a giver, but he's a taker. The motherfucking taker. I don't know. He's probably both. He's probably just human. But my point is, as a woman, and a woman who was damn good looking when I was younger, I put up with a fucking man who covered his fucking face when I tried to ask him, where were you? What did you do? What did you do with this? Why are you drunk? You know, oh my God, cover his face. Flick his fucking hand. Someone will break that hand one day. I have no idea. I mean, I think so. We'll see if it happens. We'll see if it will. Yeah, no, really disgusting. Really. Thank you for that. I got cheat. Yeah, you always, I mean, I knew I couldn't fight him. They took all my savings. Yeah, no, he has zero respect. He had literally zero respect. Zero respect. Hated his mother. Tell you we love his mother, but you can't treat women like that and love them. You can't. Let's see, you should have fed him more butter. Yeah, I just remember that. I flash on that. But a lot of you experience this. Mine was not equal to people getting punched in the face or people, being raped in their marriage. None of that happened. Stuff like that. There's so many people out there, and there's men too. So yeah, of course he wanted to keep me down, but I got out too late because I was in my 50s and no one cares. When you're a woman in your 50s, when you're a woman on your, who's saying relax on the kid, who's making Canadian remarks? I'm not making them. Yeah, I hope the kind of escape gets, butter, exactly. Escapes gets out of America. You probably will get out of America. That's obviously set out, but you wanted to be with your kids. I really did want to, but that's a problem. I should have been able to divorce, and I should have been able to have a separate house, and I should have been able to see my kids without the threat of having my kids taken from me. Keep in mind, you psychics and strippers and sex workers know this. When you marry a man that meets you like that and you are a fucking stripper, you're going to be told that you're going to lose your kids because you're a fucking stripper and a whore and a psychic, and people think you're crazy. So you're not going to fight it because you don't know any better. You don't know any better. You know better, but who's helping you? So anytime you have a career like that, I mean, a career that people deem, people are going to think you're crazy because you're psychic. How do you know that's not true? That happens. They lock women up for being psychic. They lock women up for all, it probably is. They lock people up for all kinds of shit. They lock you up. You know what I'm saying? They lock you up for that. So women have to be very careful. For a reason. In California, there is no reason. It's mutual or whatever. Alabama and shit, you'd have to have a reason. But peace of mind is priceless. It is. Yeah, it is. Giving you reason to butter them up. No, California is a no-fault state, okay? California is no fault. Stabbing his girlfriend. Oh, my God. I know, that guy. I know, terrible. Yeah, so John owned his own business and worked for the government, of course, doing aerospace. Um, but and owned bars and restaurants. So he was well, he did make money. Um, yeah, I was independent, but keep in mind when you see women that are independent, they've been neglected in childhood. When you see women that are in sex industry, they've been abused in childhood. When people say to you you're strong, it's because no one helps you. So you guys know this. You all know this. You women out here are strong. You men are strong. So anybody who's had to survive something like that is strong. There's so many fucking crazy things. Yeah, well, I'm just being real. I'm being real. The women I notice, my friends or people I know, go read Gabe Mate to understand. Gabe or Mate? I will do that. You are, and you are slinging, who, yes. Who's slinging toxic positivity? I'm not. Lawyer and was a sole provider. Any criminal record no license. You just can't understand. Oh my God, yes, you do feel powerless. I felt completely powerless. I never thought I could get away from my first husband. He joined up and just followed me everywhere. But it's a huge I always had a hard time with that. I felt like, no, John never saw aliens that he says. I mean, maybe he has now, but no, not from his. He wasn't up in the spaceships. He was inspecting them down here, the planes and stuff. But yeah, it's interesting because a lot of things that we are taught, I don't think are in our best interest. Okay, I don't think that they're. I don't think it's in our best interest to do that. Because I think we're given something, and as women, nobody wants to lose their children. Just nobody wants. You could fucking do anything to me. I was not gonna leave. Yes, I was not gonna leave my children. Never. I could not leave my children. But I should be able to divorce, which is why I say if you have kids, you're probably better off to split the rent 50-50, do everything. Don't expect men to take care of you. Don't expect women to take care of you. And 50-50 on your fucking child. You're both responsible, period. Serious. I know Lucas is, exactly, Boeing, same thing. But bills got paid, the family accepted money, earned someone's free. Yeah, of course. Yeah, whatever the clown could do here, they loved it. Ching. Yeah, whatever. I mean, everybody worked in the house, but who is talking to me? Who is talking to me? Oh, it's the person on here that doesn't like me. John's rising is Scorpio. Yeah, ladies, don't be gullible. You should have your own job. Never depend on a man. John is an alien, exactly. But you should never depend on a man, and you shouldn't marry one because you will have to divorce them. And if you have to divorce with them, and this goes for men too, because there's women that do this to men. So, yeah, my son's owner still owes. Oh, your son's donor. I thought your son was dead for a second when you said donor. Marla, I'm sure you understand this. I'm not saying don't love the man. Love the man with your whole heart. If you buy property, it's 50-50. You put $100 in, they put $100 in. It's not him taking care of you. Somehow we've been taught that men are supposed to take care of us. No, they're supposed to come to you with an equity the same as yours. It's supposed to be equal intellectually, whatever. Yes, exactly. But it has to be equal. And as a woman, when you make less and you come from a feral background, a waitress, a stripper, you don't have the intellect when you're younger to figure out what that is. So you should probably not marry a man with more money at that point because they will take your children when you don't do what they say. And that's, I really feel, they say they'll take your children. They don't always want your children. Things are so expensive now, though. Mine always reminds me the house is his. Yeah, Bethany, he always reminds you the house is his, so tell him to take his house and shove it up his ass. Yeah, I'll set fire to your house. That's my wording now. You say the house is yours, I'll fucking blow it up. I will blow it up. You want to say that shit to me. That's not a good thing. When he's saying that to you, he's trying to dominate you and he's insulting you like he has something over you. Tell him this may be your house. Don't put one more penny into the house. Don't do it. And tell him I'm going to go get an apartment now and you can date me in your house when you invite me over. How do you like that? Yeah. I mean, what the hell? You have to fix the trauma. Yeah, you have to fix your trauma. Orange County. Yeah, Orange County's nice. It's better than the Valley, I'm just saying. Did you watch it? No, I didn't. That did not. No, I didn't. Look, oh my God, I forgot to say it. I'm going to stop with this. Okay, he is trying to dominate her. He's trying to exert control. Anybody that says this is my house, really? And you're fucking the woman? Then get the woman out of your house, because you obviously have an issue with screwing the maid. Because that's how he's treating you, like you're the fucking maid in his house. So trust me, that wording is not good. Any man that says that is a prick. And tell him, here's what you say. I know it's your house. Do you want me to leave your house? Would you like me to leave your It is a mind game. Do you want me to leave your house? Because I can do that. I can rent an apartment because I'm a big girl. I don't need your house. Do you want me to leave? Because I have no problem leaving. Is that what you're saying? Do you want me to do that? Yeah, that's what you say. And by the way, they never think you're leaving. I must have threatened to leave 5 billion times and they never see it. Yeah, it is. What are we talking about with this? Yeah, it is a deal breaker. I don't give a fuck. I don't have to fix my trauma. Hee-haw. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I don't know why you guys are fighting on here. What time and energy for that BS? Yeah, but when I'm telling you, Brittany, when a man says that to you, he doesn't have respect for you. He thinks that you owe him, and he's a piece of shit. A loving person does not say that. Does not remind you it's his house. That's not a loving person. You're not a loving person. No. You're a controlling person. Now, maybe this is a one-off and he said it once. So again, say to him, I don't care. I don't care that it's your house. Peter, I have no life goals right now. It is manipulation. Mental terrorism. I'm still the greatest Taurus you'll ever meet. Oh my God, you make me laugh. I don't want to meet a Taurus. I tried to leave once, but I didn't want to be away from. Okay. All right. Come back here. Come back here, Bethany. We're going to talk to Bethany now. I didn't want to. Okay, Bethany, listen to me. I had a plan for years. Listen to me. Okay? I had a plan for years. I couldn't afford to leave my kids either. I completely understand what you're saying. 100%. So here's the plan. Here's the plan. Whatever you do for work right now and whatever you pay him, because I suspect he's making you pay all the bills while he pays the mortgage. And then he'll tell you, I paid the mortgage, like you don't do the laundry, like you don't clean, like you don't watch your daughter, like you don't feed, like you don't buy furniture, like you don't buy shampoo, like you don't buy all that shit and pay car insurance and all this shit. Okay? So Sloan is watching what? What are you guys fighting over? Peter, I'm a designer. I am watching. But Bethany, what you do, and it took me a good 10 years to implement this. So for 10 years, I ate dinner with that man and looked at his face and thought, one day, you motherfucker, I'll divorce you. That's how much I did not like what was going on. There were moments I liked him, but then there were other. Somatic work really does help. It absolutely does. So here's what you do. Get another job, get a side hustle, figure out another way to make money. Put $100 away, put $50 away. Hide it in your house, hide it in a purse, hide it in a wallet, hide it in your jacket pocket. Rip the jacket lining open and put it in there. Of course he won't do the dishes or clean. That costs money. Give him a bill for that. That costs money. That costs money. If you can find a family member, which I doubt you can from what you say, which was my position. So Bethany, get a side hustle. Focus on yourself. Don't focus on making him love you. He's a piece of shit. No offense to him. He's your daughter's father. But any man that does that is a piece of shit. Okay? Not good. So now you are stronger, but she doesn't have the money to go. So I totally get it. And you're probably going to have to fight him for custody because he's going to play mind games to keep control of you. So here's what I feel like you need to do. You need to get a second job. That's what I used to say in my head. You open your mouth like that in my head. I started saying, yeah, you think I'm good. You tell me you love me. You tell me you're sorry. I will fucking divorce you. You will eat those words. I will leave you. And that's it. I will fucking leave you one day. It took me 36 years, but I did it. So don't ever think that you can't do it. I was old, middle-aged, and my kids were grown, and they hated me for leaving them, and I still did it. I had to tell him. I had to repeatedly tell him. He thinks he's a good husband. Wow. And I'm not saying he isn't or hadn't had moments, but I'm saying Jesus for the love of. So Bethany, you need a side hustle. So you need, no, we can't pick Miss So. No, see, you're blaming the women for this and the men who pick shitheads. No. What needs to stop happening is trauma in childhood where people are terrorized by drugs, alcohol, gun-wielding parents, cocaine snorting parents, parents that cause fights because they drink, abusive men that accuse and call women whores, and all of those things, okay? And all of those things, so that you don't go out and marry it, because how are you going to know to pick better when your own parents treat you like bullshit? Don't blame the people who suffer it. Blame their parents. If my son picks wrong, either ones of my son pick wrong, it's because I raised them wrong by allowing them to see that. That is my fault for continuing it. That is my fault for doing that. It's not their fault for picking wrong. It's because they haven't healed the trauma, which I didn't heal. So that's the actual reality of that. So it's that. Bethany, just right now in her situation with her daughter, she wants to sit with her daughter and stay with her daughter. What she needs is she needs a side hustle where she can hide money. She needs to talk to any friends or anybody who will help her and support her in the process of leaving this man eventually, which she's probably trauma bonded and she probably loves him. I understand. It devastated me to file for divorce. But the men make you do that because their theory is fucking leave. But you're going to do it, bitch, so you look like the bad one. So I can fucking blame you to the kid and alienate your kid. But here's the thing. He's already calling you shit behind your daughter's back. You just don't know it yet. You just don't know it yet. He's already alienating you. And Bobby knows what I'm talking about with this, not from her husband, because these guys seem okay at first. Yeah, and that's true, Bethany. They all come across like they're going to help you. And when you're a broken child, male or female, don't have a man in your life. Yes, yes, exactly. Listen, if you come from broken, I was broken when I got married. No adult man should have found me entertaining at all. They should have said, wow, she's fucked up and feral. She needs help. I can't get over, whatever. Start a side hustle for yourself. Put the money aside. Don't tell him. If he won't do the dishes or he won't buy soap, then you go buy 99-cent store soap. Don't spend on everything. Hide your money, a little bit of money. If he gives you money for something, don't buy the outfit. Go to the dollar store, get an outfit, or the thrift store, save your money. And I feel, of course you feel ganged up on, Nola girl. I was ganged up on. Stupid sober person, right out of their mouths. She's a stupid sober person. Yeah. Anyway, that's what you have to do. Bobby should definitely write a book. 100% write a book. She knows exactly what I'm talking about with this. How many people she followed, and she's still following some of them like this. Yeah, save a hoe. I know they like to save a hoe, and they love to call you a hoe. They love to imply to everybody how you were a stripper. You know why I was a stripper, and you know why your relatives couldn't be a stripper, honey? Because they didn't look like now anyone can be a stripper in the sense that they had plastic surgery. When I was stripping, you had to jump up on stage as is. There wasn't the same amount of plastic surgery. So you were either good looking or you weren't. So like now everybody can get really good looking and is really good looking because they can do whatever they want. There's real natural beauties and stuff like that. But they will gang up on you. They will gang a matted-headed troll. Exactly. But you have to understand, yeah, I have 4 sons. It's very tough. Men will dominate women any fucking chance they get. Your sons, unless they have a strong father that fucking grabs them by the scruff of the neck and says, don't talk to your mother that way. Don't talk to her that way. And is in alignment with you. Otherwise, you will be walked over. And that's what will happen. My husband tells me I act like my mom, who he knows that hurts me. You know what? Here's what you say. John used to say that Jason's just like me. Here's what I said to that. Of course my son's just like me because we're genetically related. Why would he not be like me? Do you think that hurts me that I'm like my son or my son is like me? Here's what you say to your mom. Do you think that hurts me because my mom's like me? Of course I'm like her. I came out of her body. Why wouldn't I be like her? I'm not adopted. Say that. Take your words. See, this is the problem with these people when they say shit like that. I feel like I have to talk back to them to send their little fucking spells right back on them, okay? That's what I feel like I have to do. That's what I have. Yes, your husband is weak. Your boys are overpowering. Correct. He's allowing that to happen because he wants you to fucking deal with them. Yeah, I know. That's what you say to anybody that says your mother's like you because she or you. Say, just look at confused and go, are you okay? Why would I not be like my mother? We come from the same body. Like, husband has to be on the same page. Why would I not be like my mother? Like, duh. Hello. So if you think you're going to insult me by telling me another family member's like me, you're insane. Of course they're like me. We're genetically related. Right? Oh, no. Don't doubt God. God doesn't do that on this. I know. Yeah, Nola, I know. Yeah, it's not God doing this. It's this planet and the beast system. God's not down here. Yeah, for Bethany, just get a side hustle and start setting boundaries. Yes, the trauma starts in the womb. Yes, exactly. Especially if your partner's on drugs while you're pregnant. Exactly. Good. That's good. We got one positive husband. Yeah, don't let men intimidate. They try it all the fucking time because they can't give birth. They're weak ass. So here's what you do. Bethany, if your boyfriend and financial abuse, exactly, won't pay for a lawyer, get the lawyer to front money. What lawyer fronts money for anything? Not one I've experienced. Not ever. Okay? They do not take anything, least of all divorce, on contingency. So John would just used to say that at me, and there I was stuck. No one to ask for any money, no one to put down, no one to do anything. So here's what you do, Bethany. Here's what you do. You sit down, you ask God how you can make him happy, and the information will come to you. Bethany, honey, you sit down with him when he says something to you, and you say to him, don't talk to me like that anymore. I don't want to be spoken. And when he does it, say it's not up for debate. The way I feel is not up for debate. When he says it again, say to him, just ignore him. I stopped talking for years in my house. I literally stopped talking. And when they would, mainly John, walk by me and say something shitty, I was going like this behind his back. Like, I hated him so much for some of the shit he said, I can't even tell you. My head would pop off. It was so disgusting. And the way that I fought back was equally disgusting, but I hated his guts. So when you get to a man telling you what he owns and how you're his bitch, don't fucking let him do that. Don't let him do that. You have a child. So just say to him, yeah, there you go. So just say to him, don't talk to me that way. When he does, literally don't respond. Look at him like blank face and walk out of the room. And then if he says it again, say to him, do you do that at work? Do you get paid to talk to people like that? Like, do you do that? Do people put up with that from you? And then walk away. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. You have to do that. That's what you have to do. You literally have to do that. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Never believe him. Never. Oh my God. After Keith died. Oh my God. I can't even. No, my husband makes more money, so I work. I do. Yeah, well, I did that in our house. I bought the furniture. I bought the shampoos and conditioners, the food. I paid the car insurance. I bought the cell phones. And all I got told during the divorce was that he paid the mortgage. That's fucking nice. I count. He goes, but you didn't pay anything. That's the respect I got after 36 years. Yeah. Bobby has a list of cheaters on dating sites. Publish that list, Bobby. Publish that list. So remember this, ladies, when you're, yes, Stockholm Syndrome, exactly. When your fucking husband says he's going to write the mortgage check, remember this. Remember this very fucking clearly. Get a bank account with both your names on it just for the mortgage money or the rent money, and send that fucking check with your signature name on it. Because in court, the person that writes the check, this is why these pricks do it, it says, okay, I have no idea what you, you two stop fighting over me. Whatever it is you do, put both your names on the mortgage check so the motherfucker can't say when you divorce, I paid the do you know I listened to that? I listened to his lawyer in court tell a judge how much Starbucks fuck you, I'm going to drink Starbucks. Oh my God. Seriously. But that's what they do. That's what I didn't know. Oh, he's taking care of the mortgage. Meanwhile, and here's how they trick you. They may pay this, they may pay that, and you may pay this and that, but they don't count your work because you're not working. So when you stay home, they mock you. They do it. They just are ignorant, okay? So that's exactly what they do. Yep, they belittle you. You didn't really work. Oh, I got told all the time, you're not really working. Excuse me. I'm like, then you do the work. Your work's not real. Okay, you do it. So yeah, that's exactly it. I said I paid for dental, medical, all of that shit, whatever it was that they had to do. Yeah, but you didn't pay the mortgage, because that's what they check in court. So that's a little tip, ladies. Tell that fucking husband of yours or whatever, okay? Tell those people and say, yes, no, this bitch was ridiculous. I called myself a squat maid in my house. Not gonna lie, I said Guatemalan squat maid, but that was my name for myself. I said, what, you haven't got enough out of the squat maid? They yelled at me in the house when I hired someone and I paid for it, to help clean up my house. I got yelled at for hiring somebody. They didn't want them to clean the house. I mean, I got yelled at for everything. Yes, he probably does. He probably does watch this. I literally, Guatemalan squat maid at your service. That's all I was a fucking maid. I was of no purpose to them. Yes, I got told I got told my work wasn't real. You don't really work. It's not really a job. Anyway, all of that, all of that, just all of that shit. And it wouldn't matter what I did, right? It would not matter what I did. It would have been said that. Oh, in fact, John said to me, listen to this. It was easier for you to move to the United States than it was for me because you could be a stripper. I said, you could suck dick for money. No one was stopping you. No one was stopping you. And meanwhile, your mother helped you. I went by myself. But anyway, not the point. You understand, everything you do with these kinds of people is not good enough. You are not good enough. You are not this enough. You are not that enough. You're not going to be validated. If somebody critiques you and finds fault with you like that, their goal is to undermine you. And I thought that that was okay because I did not fix my childhood trauma. I cannot stress that enough. So yeah, divorce and child custody can be fixed. Oh, civil unions for all. Bobby, you are so right. Civil unions. She's so right. You do not want to get married and have children because they will fuck with you and they'll turn your kids again. I was a hairstylist on this one and didn't work at hard labor. Of course you didn't. Yes, the fuck you did. Hairstylists is my favorite people on planet Earth because they do hair and I'm a Leo and I'm like, I love them. They are ingenious. Hairstylists and barbers equally make you feel good, yes, John's Canadian as well, make you feel good, make you feel happy, make you feel pretty, fix things that you do to your own hair. Speaking for myself, they are so needed. Your job as a hairdresser is one of the most important jobs. I cannot stress that enough. I really mean that. I would be a hairdresser if I had the talent to do it. That was like going to be a dream job for me to be a hairdresser because I think it is such an amazing thing to take somebody who feels like shit and, okay, he says that to me. I don't pay for anything and he goes next door. Oh, wait, come back. Shit. And he goes next door and tells his brother about me and then his brother gets mad. He says, go pay for something. Okay. First of all, Bethany, you are being abused. Here's what you say to the brother. Am I fucking you, buddy? Or are you fucking your brother? Why are you talking to me like this? Am I with you? Am I with you? Start talking to him like that. Say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Is there something wrong with you? Huh? I love hairstylists. I'm not joking you. I have many hairstylist friends. I think it's the most creative job ever. Bethany, his brother has no business. You should see how people talk. I talk great to hairdressers. I love hairdressers. Hairdressers solve, I mean, you get married, it's a hairdresser. You go to a funeral. My hairdresser did my hair like free for my funeral. You understand? I mean, not my funeral, for Keith's funeral. Without hesitation, so that I would look pretty for the funeral. I mean, not that you want to, but she wanted me to look put together. Like, I don't know what to say. You get married, you go to your hairdresser. They are the best. They change you. They make you into what you are. Your hair frames you. It's beautiful color. All of that. Yes, ma'am. LOL. Talk to him like the way. Yeah. See, this is my problem in my marriage. Every time dumbass said something to me, I said it right back in his face. Every time. You can say, I said this. I love hairdressers. He is bullying you. They are bullying you. So what you say, now my throat's going. You see, my throat chakra gets annoyed by this. Excuse me. What you say, my hairdressers have been some of my best friends for the longest time. I have to get water now because I'm choking on that because I'm listening to, oh my God. I have to get the water. Oh. Throat chakra having a panic attack. Okay, so Bethany, listen to me. The other thing you could say is, no one cares what you have to say. Sorry, no one cares. The one thing you can do relatively cheap is fix your hair and your nails and your makeup. Buy some lipstick, go to your hairdresser and get your nails done. Or put your nails on. Or paint your nails. And it's great. Bethany, say to him, I'm sorry, no, just look at him and start laughing and walk away. Don't respond. Excuse me, I'm sorry, you guys. Don't respond. Don't respond. When the brother says something to you, say, no one cares what you have to say. Or look at him and say, I'm sorry. Shh. No. And walk away. Don't let a man talk to you that way. You're going to teach your daughter that. She's going to get her ass kicked when she dates. Break that cycle right now. Break that cycle right now. Say, don't talk to me that way. Tell your boyfriend, don't have your brother talk to me that way. Don't do that. And start taping it, documenting it. That's what I did. Yeah, you got to shut them right down. Seriously, I didn't. I entertained the argument, but I'm a good person, but I do pay for things. What they want you to do is to say you pay for things. So now you know what happened to this guy's mother. Of course, everything is abusive that we're talking about on here. So the first thing you have to recognize is when someone talks to you like that, do they have the right to? What he wants you to say is how much you pay for. So you could say, I mean, he wants you to say, but I do pay for things. I do the dishes. I do this. I do that. Don't do that. Say, and you can even say, you're right. I don't pay for anything. That's accurate. I do nothing. Shut up. You can say whatever. You can go either way. But I would prefer you say, don't talk to me that way. Don't talk to me that way. Absolutely. I don't know how John was with his first wife at all. I never asked and I don't know. Well, I did put up with it for 36 years. All city water has fluoride, exactly. These Newport Beach. Yeah, that's fun. I love the hairdressers. But Bethany, start saving your money. When your boyfriend goes next door to his brother, say to him, yeah, that's not slander. It is slander, technically. You're not going to sue anybody or you'd have the money to move out. So that's not going to be that way. But let's see. But my husband, that's why I saw some shit from anyone. I put up with a lot of shit. You could pretty much punch me in the face, walk over me, threaten to kill me, choke me, and I would still stay married because I had kids. So, yeah. And I was a squat maid, Guatemalan to be exact. I did nothing but clean 24/7. Yeah, I'm fine. I am good. Thank you. Yeah, well, that's what you have to do. And you need to tell him, you need to say to him, if I'm your girlfriend and mother of your children, and you're telling your brother bullshit like you're telling them, I am telling you that I will leave when I'm good and ready and I save the money. So understand that. And so never let a man talk to you that way. Never fucking let. Yeah, it is. Of course, it is. It is. It's absolutely. But civil union is perfect. Yes, no, I'm telling you. I literally would not. You couldn't make me leave my kids. But see, here's another wound with that. Women love their children. Men love their children too. But here's another wound. When you're adopted and you're not loved and you're given away, and then you don't know if your kids love you because of the violence in the house, whether it means the arguing, the fighting, the just plain out mean aggression, and you really don't know because of the shit that's going on. Like, you can't tell. You really can't tell. Like, you know your kids love you, but do they really love you? Like, are they gonna... Some kids stand up for their moms. Some kids don't. You know what I'm saying? So you don't really know how they feel, and it's such a delicate relationship with them that you don't know if your leaving is going to cause you to have to leave your children. And I was too insecure to do that. I was literally too insecure to do that. Like, super insecure, really insecure. And I could not leave my children. I did not trust that they would ever seek me out again. Like, I didn't. That was my problem. I did not trust that they gave two shits about me. And they didn't come to see me before Keith died, really. So, meaning a few times, but they had to... Yeah, no, it was a lot of doubt. I stayed because I was weak, and it was a lot of doubt. Yeah, that was a problem. It was a problem for me. So it's probably a problem for a lot of people. I didn't really know how my kids would feel. Like, why, you know, I was always in the middle of it, and I was always the one, like, the disciplinarian, so they don't like you. Yeah, no, I know, it was a terrible experience for me. That does not mean I blame anybody but myself. I really do blame myself, because I just didn't have the strength to leave. And it's like, I just didn't know if they would. And they didn't come see me after I left. Keith moved the table in with me. Jason didn't help me move. Keith moved the table in with me, and I saw them maybe twice. I had to learn to get along with John and be nice to John, because I won't get in to see my kids or grandkids if I'm not nice. So no one's making an effort this way, but in order for me to see, I've got to be nice. That's how I feel. It's never, and no one ever cares if I like them or not. That's how it is, though, when you're targeted in a family for whatever reason. So, yes, whether your kid loves you or not. That's exactly. Now I'm mature and almost dead. But yeah, no, you don't. I mean, some people are very sure their kids love them, and that's good for them. I was never that person. Of course, I've been bad-mouthed. I'm a stupid, sober person who lied about my stepson dying of a drug overdose. I did not lie about that. I lived it, and he died of a drug overdose. I was there. I was there with the 5 overdoses prior in the hospital. I saw it. I say this now not to be a bitch. It sounds like I'm a bitch. But that's the lie that was told in our family. You can say he wasn't a drug addict, but he was, because picked him up out of the hospital prior to it, and then he died. So it's not like he took cocaine once and dropped dead. For God's sakes. The damage was done, though, when my children... I know, facts are facts. Thank you. The damage was done because my children... Jason thought I was a fucking liar. He literally thought I was lying about his brother. I would never lie about Jimmy. I actually liked Jimmy. Bobby and I were going to do a screenplay together about how we tracked down everything connected to Keith. Yeah, no, literally, Jason thought I was a liar. Keith did too, until Keith knew. Keith knew at the end. But even I talked to one of Keith's friends who said, wow, I didn't know that Jimmy really did die of an overdose. Like, they were told different. And I lived through it, and it traumatized me. And then I was told, they were told I was lying, making up shit. Or whatever, however they came to that compression. I don't actually know who said that. So I know, because it forces, yeah, No, I did not like Jimmy romantically. No. We were the same age. I never had those feelings because I was so fucked up I had to date his father. No, I dated his father first. I fell in love with John. What I'm saying is I had to date somebody decades older. Jimmy was a double Sag with a Pisces moon. That is not good for drugs, obviously. And it was all conflicted between you in the 60s. He was born in 67. But no, I really liked Jimmy. He was a very kind person, extremely kind person, and very, very, very kind person and a very nice person. And actually, he was taught wrong because he was in a family where the drugs were okay. I'm just going to say that. John is not an anti-drug person or an anti-drinking person. He is okay if you do that. He thinks those things are okay. He doesn't want you selling them. He doesn't want you blowing up from it. But he never once took a strong stand after his son died, which means you're okay with it. So if you don't fight against it, you're okay. And it's not okay for me. So, one of the children brought stuff in the house and I would find it and throw it out, shit like that. And John would tell me, you don't need to go in his room. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So as a mother, that is what I'm going to do. Don't care, like if you hate me for that reason, but I was always told, this is why your kids don't like you, because you're fighting them like this. I was trying to protect them from going, you know what happens. Anyway, because their dad told them he didn't. Their dad told them I made that shit up or whatever he told them. They did not think that. He told them, when people justify, I want you to understand this too. Drug addicts justify, well, everybody does drugs. No, everybody doesn't do drugs. Everybody drinks. No, everybody doesn't drink. Well, if you don't drink and you don't do drugs, then you're a religious nut or this. These are the justifications. When you live with somebody who justifies fucking everything, you live with a liar because they lie. That's why they use justification. It's a way of blame shifting in every circumstance. Every circumstance. So it is such a disservice to, yes, they're all excuses. I miss my son too. I miss all my children. It's such a disservice. Like, it's one thing if you want to be a fucking drug addict, go be one. Go do it. Like, I'm serious. Go do your drugs. But do not sit there and justify why you do it, because you're a liar. So you got to get clear with yourself, because you can't even tell yourself the truth. I just said that backwards. So there's issues with that. Kendra, I'm the same. I know. Well, you're going to get a weird church guy or whatever. These are the justifications. These are the justifications. If you're an addict, you lie. If you're an addict, you lie, period. You're lying to yourself about your addiction first. Yes, you feel trapped, Bethany. I felt trapped for years. I don't even know who Peter Steele is. I'll have to look that up. Let's write that name down. Yeah, the first step is admitting you have a problem. You're a liar by definition because you don't tell the truth about your addiction. So you're lying about that. To begin with, like, that's a lie. And everybody has an addiction, but type O negative Peter Steele. Okay, I will. Thank you. Thank you for that. I don't even know who that is. How can I not know? Or maybe I do and I forgot, but I don't think I know. The O negative singer. Okay, there. I don't know that band. I'm stuck in Aussie. Don't yell. Anyway, he was hot. That's nice. We like hot. But full-time alcoholic people, no. Yeah, exactly. And by the way, most children, and I'm just going to say this, from the children I've spoken to, thank you so much, Susan. That's so nice. Most children who come from addiction in the household are overlooked, neglected, and then they are targets for sexual abuse, kidnapping, molestation, and drugs, period. So if you have a man, because the drug addict don't give two fucks about anything but his drugs. Same with the alcohol. The possum in my kitchen. Oh my God, you got a possum in your kitchen? That is the best thing ever. You got a possum in the kitchen. See, I didn't even know who Peter Steele was. That's how, maybe I do, but not a lot. Maybe I do. I have a feeling I might. So I can't see. Oh crap, I just went down. I think Bethany on here, Bethany, for you, honestly, get a side. I never did drugs until yeah, well, you had the brain cancer thing and you had to, for the pain in your brain, the brain pain. Bobby calls it the brain pain. Bethany, a fiance started stalking me after I left him. I stayed with my friends. See, when I lived in the neighborhood, I'm sure I was being stalked, but I moved 30 miles away. So you'd have to make an effort to stalk me, and clearly these stalkers don't want to make that kind of effort. Possums are raccoons. No, possums are different. Possums are like kind of like big rats like this, but they're cuter than rats. But they got a long tail like a rat. Yeah, so, okay, good. Thank you for that. Thank you for emailing me. Yeah, I think, Bethany, you need a side hustle. You also need to set boundaries. Start with one boundary. Once a week, tell either your boyfriend or his dumbass brother, his puppet brother, just say to him, don't talk to me that way. I don't want to be spoken to that way, and walk away. You're allowed to set a boundary. Set a boundary. When he argues with you, don't answer. Stop talking to him. And if they get in your face and try to cause a problem, do what I did. Eat dinner in your car. Did that for years. Just eat like a giant rat. Yeah, eat dinner. So that's what I would say. Courtship is not stalking. Courtship is, Lila is at home. She's in school and at home. Yeah, the pistachio opal that someone sent me. It's so beautiful. Look, y'all. Isn't it beautiful? I love it. Look at it. I mean, isn't this cool? So pretty. It's a heart. It's going where my heart is, so that I'm aware that I have a heart, even though I can't feel my heart anymore. Grown possums will kill and eat snakes. Yeah, raccoons are more destructive. I like possums. They're kind of cute. And they play possum. They're like this. They're like, you can't see me. I'm invisible. Just like the guy that put lemon juice all over him and thought he could rob the bank. You can't rob a bank, buddy. Anyway, I must go. I blabbered on too much. I promise you I'm going to stop talking now about this. I really have to. That's it. Yeah, that's it, y'all. Pink opal is nice too. Yes, opal. I love all opals, really. Opals are real pretty. Raccoons are cute too. They're so cute with their little bandit masks, and they stop like this. They're like that. They're so cute. They're so cute, raccoons. But they do cause a lot of problems. Like, they will fight you. Raccoon. You know what? Every narcissist needs a raccoon. That's right. So they need a raccoon. Anyway, everybody focus on Bethany just setting one boundary a week. Just one boundary a week, Bethany. One boundary a week. That's all you have to do. Don't let anyone talk to you that way. Yes, the bear still comes around. The bears. I haven't seen him lately, but I know he's around. My eyes are super tired, Peter. I am tired. I forget why I'm tired. I remember later. All right, you guys. Yeah, raccoons rob everything. They love the food. They're like bears. Bears are kind of like raccoons, but just bigger. Okay, you guys. Let's see. I had to sage my apartment. Yes, we should all be saging our apartments. Good night, you guys. Thank you. I went on a tangent. Okay, I'm going to try to stop. Bye, y'all.